Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share Beer 492. Today is Saturday, December 29th, 2018, and this is the last show of 2018 for all y'all out there, man. I know it's, hold back the tears, get the tissues. You know what I'm saying? I know it's sad, Exactly right. Yeah.
It's a short cry.
Yeah, try to fight it. You know what I'm saying? But try to hold back the man tears. But yeah, another year is closing. And any thoughts? Bum, do you got any thoughts, man? On
yeah, are man tears like man boobs?
Yeah, they're kind of like not really good. not sexy. I'll put it that way. There's nothing necessarily wrong with either one, but they're not real sexy, right?
I shed man tears once I realized I had man boobs.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Any thoughts now that we're exiting 2018 there, Tom?
Not really, to be honest.
No, just kind of like, whatever.
Yes, basically. That's all. Yes. I can't believe I wasted another year of my live beer show. God.
Exactly. Yeah. You got any final thoughts there, Earth?
I'm excited to see what 2019 is going to bring. Should be jam-packed. We'll see.
Yeah, jam-packed. Can you don't spoil it, but can you give us any teasers?
I can't. You just have to take my word for it.
It doesn't
put you all in suspense.
Yeah, it doesn't. Is there gonna be any like ripping off of shirt and twirling around your head sort of thing happening, or?
Not that I can say, no.
Yeah.
Not around me that I'm aware of.
I tried, guys. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get a teaser, man, but
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
If we just Google what's going to happen to Earth in 2019, it probably knows already.
Yeah. It's well, he's having a warming right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we do know that he is in a warming state. A lot of his there's certain stuff melting off of him in certain areas all the time, right?
I've been told I'm a heater, so sounds accurate.
Yeah. But while we're on Earth, I thought we would start with Earth. And what beer are you having, brother?
I got a 6-point barrel-aged 4 beans.
Nice.
Porter.
Oh.
And it says it has cocoa, coffee, and Madagascar vanilla beans. You can definitely get that.
That's a big one.
The coffee and the vanilla is definitely prominent. It sticks out pretty far out there.
What is that, like 13%? Something like that?
This one's 11, I think. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, I'm showing 11 here on Untapped.
Pretty big.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
It's still pretty big.
Yeah. So let me share the screen here. Show the Untapped on this one. This one sounds fantastic, though. We've got.
It smelled really good when I opened it.
What kind of note
really
you get out of it? What do
you can definitely tell everything they put on there. The cocoa, you definitely get the coffee's bitter, but it's not that overbearing. And then the vanilla is definitely there. You can taste that too. Not too much bourbon. It's not near what I thought it was going to be. So it's barely there.
So it's nice and balanced, really.
Yeah, it's I would call it a robust porter.
Okay, nice. Good description. So we got 3,000 total ratings on here, 1,700 in the last 30 days, 11% ABV, 52 IBUs, and a 4.21. This beer runs a 4.21. Gotta love it. A carefully calibrated blend of coffee, chocolate, Madagascar vanilla. We have learned that there is a difference. And barrel aging based on the tradition of Baltic brewers casting beans into beer. It's rich, decadent, and super rare.
You getting any vanilla?
Yeah, it's the vanilla jumps right out. It's right there with the coffee as far as the first thing you notice.
Oh, look at the color on this one, man. Check that out. That is just a perfect beer right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dark for a porter. It's
Back in black.
definitely not a thin porter.
That's awesome. I don't even know. I don't know if I've seen that one yet. I don't know. I don't even know if I get 6 Point in here actually.
We just started getting them probably like a year ago.
Okay.
Almost a year ago. But this one's in 4-packs, and I saw a single out there, so I grabbed it because I was interested in it. So I might have to get a 4-pack of it.
I think I've had 6 Point before, but I don't know. I need to.
What's
They
their,
do like
what would you say their namesake beer is? Is it probably the Bengali?
Top beers I'm looking at for 6 Point are Resin and the Bengali.
Okay.
The top three are Resin, Bengali, and the Crisp, which is their Pilsner.
Yeah, then they do like a high res.
Yeah, high res.
High res.
High res is the number 4. Yeah.
High res, low res.
And then Puff.
Puffed. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not a bad brewery. They're pretty. They're pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first dark beer I've had from them because I've only had like the IPAs and the Goza or whatever it was.
I would think you would have picked up their Global Warmer.
I haven't seen that one.
Just saying. You know, and then we could say Earth's Global.
Earth.
That'd be a good fit, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, what are you having, brother?
I'm just cracked open a Victory at Sea. The
the
High West barrel aged. This one's
Bringing the heat.
17. It has a little bit of age to it.
Yep.
And which Victory Sea was this again?
The barrel aged. There's a couple different ones, I guess. I just don't know. It just says barrel aged Victory at Sea. High West.
Okay, the High West. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
2017, right, Tom? Yeah.
Oh, it's 2000. Oh, okay.
That's a yearly thing from them.
Well, I'll just show the 18.
It doesn't really matter.
I'm not going to bother looking for the. And with the Victory at Sea, boy, it can differ just a little bit, which is enough for the nerds to go bonkers. But you've got 5,800 ratings on here, 2,100 in the last 30 days, 12%, 35 IBUs, and a 4.27. Look at this, representing one coast to the next. Yeah, It's an East Coast, West Coast battle right now, man.
Face off.
Like Rock'em
Face off.
Yeah.
I feel like we need some kind of Japanese sort of crazy music to this one or something, some kind of
with the captions everything above our heads.
yeah, and some kind of punching sound or something, yeah. But yeah, let's get a look at some of the images from this beer here. We've got love the labeling on that. Yeah, that's nice. Of course.
Yeah, that's a 4-pack worth buying.
Yeah, it's cheap too for what it is.
You just can't.
What was it, like $15 a 4-pack, something like that?
It was like $15.
Okay.
It's like, for a barrel aged beer, that's not bad.
Yeah. Like buying 2 bottles of wine for $15.
Yeah, basically.
It almost lost its soul. You can't get a barrel anymore. It's like,
and it's not just a chintzy barrel aged beer either. That one brings it to the table.
I remember when I had it fresh, it was almost like too carbonated. It almost felt like.
Oh, I love this. I love this similar beers list. Okay, and they're all Victory at Sea, pretty much, except for the middle one. The middle one is the one Earth is having right now. So you got Victory at Sea, you've got the gingerbread, and you've got the Victory at Sea smoked hot pepper. Then you've got the barrel aged 4 beans, and then you've got the peanut butter Victory at Sea, and then you've got the Victory at Sea salted caramel or caramel, however you prefer.
Ooh. Those all sound delicious.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's all Victory at Sea, man. It's like it's the chassis. Like, you just cannot go wrong with. I don't know. Is there a bad Victory at Sea Earth? Is there one that you've had that's?
No. They're all fantastic.
They're all fantastic.
I mean, if the base beer starts good, you know it's going to be good.
It's one of those beers. It's that brewery, you know. It's fantastic. It is. It's just one of those deals.
I'd be interested to see them do a peanut butter spiced Victory at Sea, like a peanut butter with a pepper in there, a little bit of kick.
They do R&D like that at the brewery, so.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they do stuff like that there.
Hey, Bum, you want to warn your malt liquor fans in the chat, or at least to make them aware of what time is the share of beer? How I mean, the malt liquor.
Okay. I haven't looked at the chat. Oh, okay.
How you know?
We got Vega here.
You've got fans pounding on the table wanting the malt liquor report right away.
Actually, Jay Vega's pounding at the door because Vega knows that he's going to be part of the malt liquor report.
He made
the video knowing he was going to be part of the report.
Okay.
Kind of like product placement.
Yeah, the malt Billy D comes out at the bottom of the hour.
Yeah, 7:30 p.m. Jay Vega. Be patient. You in Havana. Be patient.
Yeah, we've got someone. Where is the malt liquor report, man?
Yeah.
The malt doesn't have any patience.
Yeah, no, the malt. Yeah, because you can't let it warm up. That's the problem with the malt, right? You can't let it warm up. Otherwise, they're all pouring it out, right?
Just like Heinz ketchup. Anticipation.
Wow, that was an oldie but a goodie right there. And so I'll show. I've got a brand new beer. Actually, I'll show it right now. Let me see. You guys are going to be shocked at what I'm having. This is a brand new beer. To me today. So this is the syntax, and you guys, I've had this a few times here. So that's what I am having. It's a new beer to me today. See, me and Mother Earth, we're keeping our relationship fresh by, mixing it up a little bit. And so this is our Saturday date night, and so we've been in a relationship now for a while, so we have to do things. Look at that guy. Who's that guy? Look at that. I made the local drinkers list, man. Look at that. Huh? Moving up, I gotta introduce myself to Monique. How you doing? Oh, we got 44,000 total ratings on here. 589 in the last 30. 8.1%. 66 IBUs. And a 3.9. Wah, wah. What's up with that? The Southwest isn't a coast, so I'm not allowed to have a 4% right now. I mean a 4.2 or 4.0 rating. I just fell short. But this is an excellent peanut butter stout for anybody wanting to try. And as a matter of fact, since I'm having one, I might as well check the old login button here. So we'll just confirm that one, and we'll make it an even 24 now. While we're here.
So, Joe, that's 24 untapped check-ins.
Yeah.
How many times have you actually consumed the beer?
Oh, who knows? Okay. when I go to the beer store and if they have Syntax in the 6-packs in stock, it's an automatic for me. To the point where last show, I think I told everybody I found a 6-pack that I didn't even know I had. I found another 5 in another spot that I didn't realize I had. So I found almost a 12-pack of Syntax that I didn't realize I had, and I already had a 6-pack in the fridge. So it's like
you were saying, Joe, it's like
bonus.
Yeah. So we're going into the new year, 2019, right, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We are going in right, Yeah. That's how we roll, man. So in my next beer, though, I've got another herbs in Horto.
You fancy.
Yeah, so I'll be bumping up there in the 4s now, baby. Yeah. And then I've got my Great Divide Chai Yeti.
Oh, yeah.
Never gotten that, though.
So, depending on how the show goes, I will whip out this bad boy. So,
I have not seen that in bottles, but I do have it available to me on tap, which I'm going to try it one of these days.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a bomber. So, definitely looking forward to that. And do you want to talk about your beer now, Bum?
Yeah, I can cover this real quick. This is my semi-annual, not annual, but almost annual, since it's tis the season, my Anchor Merry Christmas, Happy New Year Magnum.
Yep.
So and I noticed that's already opened, and you've tapped into that. You're about a third of the way down on that bad boy.
Very good, Joe. You can,
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, how many ounces or liters or?
It's a 64 ouncer.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, you got to say that nice and low. And look, he's got the label out there,
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a pretty solid beer. It's what, 6.9% this year?
Oh, no, it's not that high, Mark. It's does it say it on it? Oh my God, you're right, Mark. 6.9. Good God.
There you go. Yep. We got our 6-pack. We've had a couple bottles.
We'll never question you again, Mark.
Oh no, don't do that. That would be a mistake.
So label out, keep it in frame, or at least the glass in frame. I do have my Anchor glass. I don't know if you can see part of the logo down there.
Proper glassware.
Anchor steam glass. Yeah, proper glassware. So, back 4 or 5 years ago, when the show was an hour, it was a major challenge for me to, on the pre-show to start drinking the beer and get done within the hour of the show. Now that the show's going 3-4 hours, drinking that's not too much of a challenge.
Yeah, it should be. I try to keep it to 2 hours, but sometimes you just never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. The kids are still in the back seat getting restless. They haven't quite fallen asleep yet, so we got to keep riding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's going to be my beer for the duration of the show, and maybe something afterwards.
That's all. I always forget about it until you whip it out, and then I'm like, dang, look at that! I'm so happy I seen it again.
Yeah. And I do have to say, shout out to the San Francisco artist James Stitt, who's in his 90s, who has drawn his 44th or 45th consecutive tree for this Anchor Christmas label.
So do they? Is every label different?
Yep.
Every label is different. It's a different tree every year. And James Stitt, the San Francisco artist, has done the label every year since 1975.
Yeah. Wow. And I think that one this year is what, a Korean fir? Is that what I think it is.
You're just teasing me, Mark. I know you already know this.
Don't question it.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a request, if I may. If you want to
Go ahead,
tip that bottle up and take a swig out of it just once during the show,
oh yeah, sure.
be much appreciated.
Label out.
Label out, of course.
Oh yeah! Look at that! Yeah, that's 64 ounces of good, kick-ass craft beer. There, label out. Eat it,
right,
Havana. Eat it, Jay Vega. Yeah.
You must have got some major smoke opening that up.
Oh yeah, was that a corked bottle?
No, but actually, it's a standard metal cap with a fake plastic, like fake champagne covered by foil.
Oh,
You have to peel the foil. You have to rip the plastic cover off, and then you just open it with the standard opener, standard cap.
So what was the smoke characteristic of that bottle?
There was no noticeable smoke.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry, Joe.
Oh,
You would think with like an abundance of beer, they would actually, I don't know, there would be smoke.
yeah.
But look, for God's sakes, it's green glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, what do you have in there, Mark?
Celebration ale.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yes, yeah, crappy celebration.
On my third 12-pack of this season. It's so good. I wish they made it year round. I mean, it's just so tasty.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of like the Mac rib. I mean, you know, we enjoy these treats because, you know, they're so rare. You know, you can only have them in season. You know, and it just so happens Celebration Ale and Mac rib season kind of, you know, go together.
Go together. Yeah. Depending how long the show goes, I'll have another bigger beer.
So yeah, I mean, you better hurry because this show goes fast. You know. But you got 280,000 ratings on here. This is the general listing. 10,794 in the last 30 days. You think a few people have had this beer? 6.8% ABV, 65 IBUs, and a 374, which mind you, in and of itself sounds low, but it's not, man. 374 is an excellent rating, especially for having 10,000 ratings in the last 30 days. It's just insane, man. That if you're in business and you get 10,000 people in the last 30 days getting their stuff, I mean, you're pretty happy, you know. You're celebrating, right?
I'll tell you.
You're doing some celebrating.
10,000 customers in any business is fucking. I mean,
right? Yeah, in 30 days, I mean, you're pretty happy. You know, all I gotta say is, I think Billy D should issue a warning to the Havana because he's on the fine line of really pissing off the chairman by saying the McRib. And this is just a quote. Don't come after me for this. I'll take full responsibility for everything else I say. But I don't want the chairman coming after me for this because we kind of align with this. And he's saying the McRib is pure. The Mac rib is pure garbage.
Better watch out, Havana. The chairman will send you to malt liquor hell.
Oh man, I just don't.
Get the hate.
He's got to figure out what energy drink he's all hopped up on, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, apparently the chairman has one more Mac rib left in his freezer, which he's going to break out New Year's Eve in a couple of days and consume it with a Big Bear.
Very nice.
Oh.
He's going to break out a 5 years expired Big Bear and wash down his Mac rib.
So is that a threat, or is that? I mean, how do we take that?
Let's see what Havana has to say here. I don't copy people or people with people. My own person. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, Havana. Calm down there.
We're all unique.
Yeah.
Zach heard the malt liquor reports happening. He had to join in.
That's right. Yeah, because if there's anybody that loves good craft malt liquor, it's Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
What's up, Zach?
How's it going?
He's so happy now. It's a malt liquor report.
Exactly. Yeah. So what does Billy D have for us, brother?
Hey, well, we did have late breaking news.
Oh, nice.
Late breaking news. 40-ounce Fear is now back to being 40-ounce Fear. The Tom Allen Weather Authority live channel is now back to 40-ounce Fear.
Oh.
Yeah, which he said would never, ever happen again.
Yeah, well, why the switch? Why the change?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like I said, it's very late breaking news. Details, are sketchy. The malt liquor report will have to, explore further and come up with further details next week.
Okay.
So that was breaking malt liquor news. So in other news, as you guys are aware, we've had various people trying to claim the throne of the MLDC chairman. 209 Jay Jones about 2 years ago tried a coup. Various other people are out there claiming that they're the new chairman. Well, we have the latest guy that is claiming to be the malt liquor chairman. And some of you veterans, Mark, you might know him. A guy named Beer Drank Shoddy, Shawty. Anybody know him?
No.
Negative.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he came along this week and says, "I am going to be the new malt liquor chairman. I'm about to bring back, the MLDC is boring. I'm about to bring back excitement into the MLDC." There's not a whole lot about his video worth watching, but I will I will copy and paste the link in the chat. Let me do that now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because what people have to have heard of you to be the chairman?
And that, several of the guys did response videos mentioning just that.
Yeah, because that's kind of even us in the malt liquor, the craft beer community are.
Yeah.
He does a lot of reviews, right? On different.
Yeah, he does fast food. So you do know him, Tom. He does fast food reviews.
Put on music on their phone.
So
stand around with fucking ski mask on.
There he is. That's him.
Fucking plans masks. Drink the malt liquor in a garage or some shit. Not doing that. I'm gonna bring.
Look at those glasses.
What I plan on doing.
What's up with the glasses, man? Those things look like they fit me.
Right.
Well, numerous people have invoked the name Urkel.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does look like Urkel there.
The malt liquor Urkel.
Make malt liquor great again. You feel me? That's the plan. That's the plan. We're gonna make the malt liquor drinking community here on YouTube great again. And just how I said earlier in the beginning of this video, that can't happen until there's a figure big enough, charismatic enough, pretty enough.
Oh, pretty. Oh, now we have not heard anybody.
Sounds more like sugar.
Yeah, we haven't heard anybody in the malt liquor community refer to themselves as pretty.
Yeah, you normally don't dare do that.
I don't know. And he's awful thin. I think I have to side with Jay Vega there, man. He's kind of anorexic here, man.
Get the job, and that's what I'm Beer Drink Shawty. You already know what kind of video this is.
It's like Elton John.
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute, because we know you don't drink good malt liquor out of a glass.
Exactly, Joe. And you have to go back further in the video, and I want you to go to a certain point in this video, and I want you to notice something in the video.
Where are we going?
He posted this video this week, and Malt Mustang noticed something in this video that everyone else missed. He decided to pour out his malt liquor into a glass. Malt Mustang noticed the edit in the video. Go to about 220.
Oh.
Getting ready to open his cans, his 240 ounce or his 224 ounce Mickey's cans, and pour them into a glass. I want you to see the blatant edit.
We'll go to 215.
Okay.
Flame at all times. And another thing, since I fucking hate drinking malt liquor as it is, and I definitely hate drinking out of cans, I'll be pouring into this.
Oh, so he's already claimed his hate for the malt liquor.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's
going to be the new malt liquor chairman.
I think he's Zach's best friend, is what it is. Just
now as he watch the edit.
Oh yeah,
look at that.
Oh yeah, change it. Yeah, the lighting changed.
Yeah.
Watch.
And another thing, since I fucking hate drinking malt liquor as it is, and I definitely hate drinking out of cans, I'll be pouring into this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Malt Mustang noticed this week that edit in that video.
And I'm not sure if you idiots are good at math. Fuck boy, malt liquor video makers out there. Oh man, you cannot wait this out. It's not a glass bottle. It's all damn near 50 ounces of malt liquor. So if you don't respect that, shut up. Let me turn down a copy. Turn down a copy. If you don't respect over for damn near 50 ounces, you can lick a dick.
That's awesome.
I think this is actually Havana's dad, isn't it? Like he kind of looks like Havana, doesn't he?
So this imposter obviously during that camera edit poured out that Mickey's down the toilet, and he filled up those 2 Mickey's cans with craft beer.
Yeah. Or Miller Lite, either way.
Yeah. Either way is better. Blatant edit. This guy's a nobody, and everybody in the MLDC has the few that even have acknowledged his presence have said he's a nobody.
He blatantly goes against the MLDC too. He doesn't present the cans or even present the cans.
Yeah. So,
and all he does is talk about his hate for the malt liquor community and for malt liquor itself.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I seen Billy D shaking his head sideways there.
Yeah.
Just the no.
Yeah, Billy D even says no. And Jay Vega says even Joe D knows and he don't know shit.
He's not a bad guy. I've watched his videos in the past.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to. If we're gonna critique his video completely, I have to do out of all the people in the malt liquor community, the quality of the actual video itself was very high.
Oh, the quality of the video is fine.
Yeah.
But what he was presenting and drinking, 2 thumbs down.
And I take it that there's, it's funny how we all have something that we can agree upon. And I think that this is the first person that's in the MLDC, as he likes to say, or he has in this video right here. I think he's the first one to actually have to be a little bit of a photog, right? He's a little bit of a photographer. He has some of his work in the background is what I'm assuming that is. He has it looks like a Canon SLR in the background as well. So, I can fully break down this video.
That's awesome.
You know what? Reading the comments here, I have to agree with everybody in the comments. Havana, it's a bit too colorful to be Mickey's. Havana calls BS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay Vega, his mom is going to be pissed when she sees he's wearing her glasses.
Exactly, right? Yeah, it's like he's wearing his daddy's glasses or something, man. What's up with that?
Yeah. So anyway, another imposter that just tries to come along and be another MLDC chairman.
Yeah, that's it. I'll give the pluses I give the video are, you know, it looks like he might or might not be a photographer, and the video quality was superb. I'll give him that. The video quality and the audio quality actually was quite high. It's higher than this ridiculous thing we're doing here. And I will give him 2 thumbs up for his bashing of the malt liquor community, which I can completely side with, and I think our friend in Colorado will as well.
Touche.
Well, I'm not gonna go there.
Exactly. Hey, you know, as a reporter, you stay completely neutral.
No, you have to be impartial.
Exactly.
You have to be completely impartial.
Exactly. So in the next bit of news, as far as actually related to the a potential liaison between us and the MLDC, you guys have seen my vintage bottles on here of German or European malt liquors, where they say malt liquors, and we've wondered why haven't the MLDC consumed some of those European beers labeled as malt liquors. Loot Bag Larry finally this week drank Spaten Optimator Doppelbock.
Nice.
In his video.
Wow.
And cheers to Loot Bag Larry for finally doing that. It says malt liquor on the label. It is a German malt liquor. Nobody can offer any criticism of it. So in the final bit of malt liquor news, Jay Vega. Oh, you punching up Loot Bag Larry there, Joe?
Yeah, I was punching him up. I didn't know if you wanted us to...
No, you can show it. It's very brief. He shows his spot.
Oh, Little Caesars. Okay. Mad respect. I think everybody in the whole total beer community at some point in time will have Taco Bell, and at another point in time we'll have Little Caesars. Paying homage to, each paying mad respect to each one of them. Yeah, I don't need a lot of volume on this. Oh, the garlic flavored butter. Ooh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's the Doppelbock.
There we go.
Jesus.
What's with the stupid fucking mask?
That was worth it alone. Dude, you killed the lead on this one. Look at the mask.
That's his Easter mask.
He's already in the Easter spirit. What is this a Little Caesars? What is this? Is this some kind of safety thing?
It looks like something they delivered in.
He's got a saw mask.
Yeah. If he's that into Easter, can we put him in a fucking cave and hope he never comes out?
Yeah, what kind of Easter eggs does he lay? And
look, he's got Beavis and Butthead on it in the back.
Oh, dude. Okay. Mad props
like
for
Loot Bag Larry.
Loot
Bag Larry is the greatest.
You gotta love Beavis and Butthead. Fire.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, fire. Now, I'll agree with Havana. Del Taco only. Yeah, now Del Taco is, if you have a Del Taco in your area, it is going to be the preferred fast food taco, We've got to actually watch him consume said beer. I'm gonna. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he's going in right there. So, there it is. Label out. Bottoms up. There we go. Okay, so that's actually right in the fine line between us and them, isn't it?
No, German malt liquor like Doppelbock. That is the central meeting point between us and the MLDC.
Yeah.
There is always room for, people to come together.
Yeah. We can actually agree on that right there.
Until you actually look at any brewing license and it says malt liquor on all of them.
Yeah, we know that, Zach, but they don't know that.
They can't read. It's hard to read through the dumbass mask.
So we've got Steel Worldwide, main channel, second channel, third channel.
Okay, no, nothing from the chairman this week.
Oh,
I'll give you the last bit of malt liquor news.
Okay.
Our friend Jay Vega, who is currently in the chat.
Oh, Jay Vega, that's right. Okay.
Yes. Oh, Jay Vega in the chat says I need TP for my bunghole. He's channeling Cornholio from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, from Beavis.
And by bunghole, he means his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going in and out of it.
So as much hate as we've gotten from these guys over the last couple of years, we have not to date gotten any hate from Jay Vega, the man who is really responsible for the Malt Liquor Report.
Yeah, he is actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
But that changed this week. We got some hate from Jay Vega. Joe, I will just paste the link in the chat if you want to.
I'm already on his channel.
Okay. The video is called Jingle Balls. Just listen to his opening statement.
I wasn't going to make a malt liquor video today, but I happen to be drinking anyway, so I said, fuck it. It's the holiday season. I'll be generous and give you fucking peasants the greatest gift you could ever hope for. That's right. The gift of my presence. Big fuck you shout out to Joe D and everybody else on the Share a Beer show. These fucking idiots. Last week, they went on for over an hour about how to put your pants on, how you put your pants on. Left leg first or right leg first.
You stayed for the whole time.
Fucking Christ.
He did stay.
Hey, you stayed. You got informed.
Everybody knows the right way to put your pants on is the way I do it.
Which way does he do it?
Bitch on either side.
Oh, okay.
Up by the belt loops. And you do a backflip and them motherfuckers off the bed like a normal person.
That sound familiar, Joe?
Yeah, we heard that. Yeah.
Jay Vega is not above using his own material.
Sounds like he wanted to be a part of the conversation.
Yeah. I got to hear that.
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, everybody knows the right way to put your pants.
Where's the FU?
Last week, they went on for over an hour. These fucking idiots. Shout out.
Oh, yeah, I just missed it. Okay.
Big fuck you shout out to Joe D and everybody else on the Share a Beer show.
I actually, you know what? I got to give that one. Now, the charisma in the FU shout out wasn't really that great, but the audio quality, the clarity, it feels almost lossless quality right there. What do you think, Mark? I don't think that's compressed right there. I don't think that's your typical YouTube compression. That was very clear and concise. We could really, pick out and the pronunciation, everything was really good. You know,
Hey, Joe,
Jay Vega's fairly articulate.
Hey, Joe, you're
He's the last of a dying breed.
Yeah, yeah, and they've got stage 4. They're dying quick. Yeah.
You remind me of, like, Monday Night Football reviewing a play.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is great. You know what I'm saying? I feel like John Madden evaluating the sweat off of the butt on linemen right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, you got to do these sort of things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to get in the trenches with the big boys. You know? Yeah. Oh, he says I'm on vacation. Had to do something. So.
A quick special fuck you shout out, right?
Yeah, just because I didn't have nothing else to do. I might as well give these guys a big fu. What do you think there, Zach? You think that was a pretty good fu shout out right there?
That was kind of lackluster.
It was very clear, very articulated. It was very the pronunciation.
He didn't show himself though, which kind of took it down a couple notches.
Yeah, what's up with that, Bum?
No, he eventually does. No,
we
he does his manifesto at the beginning of every video, and then he comes on camera and does his malt liquor.
Oh well, we should at least show the infamous Jay Vega. Yeah. Here we go. There's the
Follow the fucking blueprint, peasants. It ain't no game, Fat Reggie. Kill yourself, Fat Reggie.
Yeah, Fat Reggie. Yeah.
Malt liquor.
Fat Reggie, love it.
Yeah, Fat Reggie.
That malt dough.
Eat it.
His voice doesn't fit his
Yeah. What's up with that? Yeah, the voice and the actual dude.
He sounds like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the voice.
There's no need, but okay.
Don't match up, do they?
I wouldn't even bother, man.
Yeah. We gotta see this guy do some chugs here. I don't know that look that label's kind of high. It's kind of borderline. All right. Yeah, that's taking a huge risk right there. I don't know. Oh, nice! All right. There we go.
I think he's representing his hat more than the beer. His hat's on.
Oh, that was good. All right, you got to give a no charge, but I ain't hating.
Yeah, the voice definitely does not match the appearance, does it?
No, he's like that quarterback from Kansas City. And you hear the voice and you're like, is that Yosemite Sam? Who is that? And yeah, this guy's voice doesn't match at all.
Looks like he got a Harley in the garage.
No charge. See? That's what you got. Yeah. Now, I'm trying to get to the door foam here. That's what I'm trying to get to. Now, he's going in for the last pull. He's actually doing good on the foam. Yeah, there's no foam in that. All right. He gets a pass. All right, he gets a pass. Okay. Mike Tyson is my dad.
Who said that, Havana? Oh, Jay Vega.
I got to give it to him on that one. That was all right. So that's the last bit from Billy D that we have, huh?
That is it for the last Malt Liquor Report of 2018.
I'm telling you.
Thank you to Jay Vega and everybody else for all the material.
Hey, Zach, do you have any thoughts on 2018, man? Any final thoughts for us, man, as we, leave this fine year?
feel like I should get the rest of the season. Really get fired up a little bit more. I've been sitting at home with the kids all day, so I'm pretty mellow.
Okay. Yeah.
I am drinking a new beer, though, if you want to pull it up on tap.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's check it out.
It's called Brute Nukem.
Brute Nukem. Okay.
Yeah.
2 T's? Or what?
No.
Okay.
BRUT. From Mantra.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, Brute and Nukem. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice little interesting beer. And where is this Fermentra out of?
They're just out of Denver. They're like 5 minutes across the river from me.
Okay.
So we stopped in as a family, took the kids out for some sandwiches, and got sandwiches to go. Ate lunch at a brewery yesterday, so they sent me with some beer home. And, it's pretty good. It's like a 9.5% Brute IPA.
Double Brute.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now tell me what would be a Brute IPA?
Real similar, like malt bill to like a Pilsner. And then finished off like finishes as dry as like a champagne.
Hell yeah.
And then just like super juicy hops. Not real bitter, but
real fruity.
Imagine like you've had the hazy beers, so imagine
yeah.
the hazy beers, but super dried out and clean.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, because I'm actually having one right now. I'm having my second of the Herbs and Horto from Hop Butcher for the World. Yeah. And this is a big juicy New England style IPA. You know.
Yeah. So if you dried that out and made it like crispy like a Pilsner, it's clear as a Pilsner.
That would be interesting.
But with that same hop profile, to where it's like that big juicy flavor.
So what do you do? You make the double IPA and you hop. I mean, you use different yeast, which makes the Brut.
Yeah, it's just you're just using more Pilsner malt. Pilsner, rice, and then there's 2 ways to do it. You would ferment it either the same way that you do with your normal yeast, and you can add an enzyme that will help dry it up, or you can also add champagne to finish it off.
Yeah, that was my question, whether they use champagne yeast or not. It sounds like you can, huh?
Yeah, there's 2 different ways. The enzyme's a little bit easier than repitching more yeast.
So how does the carbonation turn out if you use champagne yeast?
It's the same as whatever you would do. The yeast doesn't depend on the yeast doesn't make the carbonation.
Okay. That's just pure.
That's done after, as far as however many units of carbonation what dissolve in the tank.
Okay.
But it's pretty good. We had some of the regular Mosaic Brute yesterday, and then we brought these home, and it was pretty tasty.
That would be very interesting for me because as you can see, I'm consuming one right now as we speak, and I mean this is your typical extreme hazy, very juicy, sticks around. I don't know. The last drink I had was an hour ago, and it's like still with me. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just, everything but dry. You don't have too many of these that are filtered.
You're, from what I know, drinking with you for all these years, is you're a pounder.
That's what
Delay.
that was begging to be said. What? But yeah, no, it's I would definitely love to try something like that. That would, be in my.
It's got to be.
I'd like to try that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think I've had a double brute yet.
A double brute, man. It would be incredible. I'm looking in similar beers, and let's see if anybody else has had any of these. Mind you Brute. It's sounds like a Mexican brewery. So that's an interesting twist. Loyal to the Soil from Below the Radar Brewery. Flat Red from Var Brew. Brutus Lemonade Stand from Bonto Brewers, and Brutus from Harstand. What is this?
It looks like there's a couple of guys doing brute IPAs down by you. Four Peaks actually has a brute IPA.
Yeah, Four Peaks. They're
Goldwater has a brute.
Yeah, now Goldwater, I wouldn't doubt they have and if Goldwater's doing it, it's probably damn tasty. Four Peaks, is Four Peaks. I don't know. I mean, they're nothing that you have from Four Peaks is particularly super great, right?
It's like your Breckenridge.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like Breckenridge. I would compare them to. I would compare them to the Arizona, the Phoenix Shiner, but better than Shiner. They're a step up above Shiner, but that's kind of our Shiner.
Like a Golden Road or something.
Yeah, they're not like super fantastic. Or like Zach said with that, who's that brewery out of New York there that brews all the different flavored beers and stuff? Anyway, but yeah, they're kind of like our Spotzel brewery, like our Shiner. They're not real. They're good. They're kind of like a solid session brewery, right? Like that's their style. That's their thing. But they do. I have to admit, they do come up. I'll see them on Instagram, and they'll come up with some beers that will sound like, damn, I need to go to their brewery and get some of that. You know what I'm saying? They do come up with some interesting stuff, but you're going to make the trip, get down there, fight the traffic, get down there, and have a pint and be like, are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay, but it wasn't worth. Like when I go through all the traffic and all the trouble to drive the 40 minutes to Goldwater, it's worth it, man. Like whatever they've got is going to be pretty damn tasty. It's one of those breweries. Yeah, well, thanks for sharing that, because I had full intention on possibly going to Goldwater maybe Monday, but we'll see how that goes.
You got to check out the shop too, man.
Which one?
Shop is so good. In Tempe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like right off the highway of Tempe. It's not like downtown Tempe. It's kind of like, it's mellow.
Which would be easier for me, actually. And I've been by there, in the truck, but I can't necessarily get down and have beers on them in the truck. I pulled up their coffee brown, which of course gets my attention immediately, because why? It's a coffee and a brown, and that gets my attention. Yeah.
That was honestly probably one of my favorite places when I'm down there. The shop in Goldwater. I really like Helio Basin as well.
Hey, look at this. We got a hottie alert here too. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Yeah. I'm gonna meet her over there at the shop, man, when I go over there. Yeah. How you doing? check that out. Yeah, I'll have to get down there, man. Popular beers are the Vig McCormick, Casa Marinara, right? And Scottsdale Beer. Whoa, that ain't working. Wait a minute. Oh, popular locations. No wonder. All right, never mind. Strike that from the record. Yeah, strike that from the record. Coach, what are you doing, brother? How you hanging, man? A little low to the
What's
left.
up, Coach?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Coach? You
Nothing.
missed
Just
the hate last week.
what's that?
You missed the hate last week.
Oh, again, another hit?
Not from us, from the chairman.
Oh yeah, nice, yeah. Was that the where he calls me a little league coach or something like that?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, thanks, bum. That's awesome.
Just wanted to make sure you
Gotta
didn't want
point
you
it
to.
out, you know.
Yeah. We didn't want you to miss any of your hate, man. You
Oh
know?
no, I love it. I dig the hate from that guy.
It's a compliment, right? It's a badge of honor to wear. Is that right, Zach?
I suppose so.
You know, one of his last videos though, he took his mask off at the very end.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to see this.
Did you see that, bum?
No, he has done it in the past, like where he's ripped it off, but he didn't turn the camera off early enough.
Right. That's kind of what that was. Like, you don't see his whole face, but I mean, you see 75% of it. It's kind of weird.
Well,
so
he has been unmasked on other videos.
Yeah,
so
we've showed him, and we've showed him dancing. If we could get him dancing and unmasked, wow.
Well, I noticed some of his older, skinnier videos. He shows his face a lot.
Oh, nice poke. I like it.
But his new puffier videos, he doesn't show his face as much.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah,
Puff Daddy, yeah.
Yeah, the newer bloated videos. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what malt liquor does to you. It preserves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've got Chug a 40 Christmas Spectacular, Chug a 40 2 Big Macs. Who eats Big Macs anymore? Do people eat Big Macs still?
Well, the chairman.
I vote every once in a while.
As far as whatever video he rips his mask off, I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look again. It's pretty recent, but he just does it at the end for half a second. You can see his face.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not going to go through the videos to find it. That's for sure.
No, I don't blame you.
Tell me where
absolutely.
it's at. I have to go to it. But yeah, I am not a scanner of those videos. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, I just look so I know whose ass to kick. That's the only reason I look.
No, and I appreciate your sacrifice, sir. Absolutely. Thank you for your service. He's got one video on here. I hope you're dead, Fat Reggie. So Fat Reggie is getting all the attention here. I don't know who this guy is, but between him and Dorf, they're getting a lot of love here. But so what do you have in there, Coach?
I'm just drinking water, man. Just boring tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you in Minnesota?
Andrew, he's making fun of us.
Hey, how was your breakfast?
What breakfast?
Remember the other night you were saying breakfast in the morning?
Oh, I never got it, man. I never got it. Yeah. How are those wings?
Oh, I'm eating chicken tiki masala.
Oh, Tom, making me hungry.
Oh, yeah, babe.
Chicken tiki, what?
Like an Indian dish.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Is that like some pinky out chicken right there?
I mean, you could. You could double fist.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We've got a Southern boy in here right now, and you just eat fried chicken. He obviously is in the north. He's one of them northern boys. He's above the Mason-Dixon line there. You don't eat chicken with your pinkies out there, son. Not from where we're from down here, man. That's all I'm saying. Tell him, Mark.
Yeah, what you said.
No pressure.
We eat good battered fried chicken there, son. You just don't do that down here, man. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you just fried chicken and hot sauce, son. That's it. And a biscuit every now and then. That's it. Oh man, Mattis is still celebrating Mongolia's death.
Oh no. Shouldn't. Nah, shouldn't report that live. No.
Why? What's up? What, is that like something that just happened or what?
Oh no. That's like real life stuff. That Havana's feuding with the P. Glenn. That gets into real life stuff.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Havana is hardcore. I like hardcore, but Havana is hardcore.
No, I found the picture of the guy where he takes his mask off.
You gotta love that. That was a good one. Yeah, nice. So I'll crack open this. I'll show this chai.
Chai Yeti
from Great Divide. Has anybody had this beer?
Mm-hmm.
Had it.
Lots of Yeti, no chai versions.
Yeah, lots of Yeti. I don't think I've had the chai. I'm not showing it logged in here, but that don't necessarily mean much.
Earth, you said you had it?
Yeah, I've had it.
What do you think?
Pretty good, though. I don't think you've had it before.
Okay.
I'm on your list somewhere in there.
Yeah, more than likely you are. I'll check you out here in a second. But the overall rating listing on here is 7,100 totals and 594 in the last 30 days, 9.5% ABV, 75 IBUs, and a 3.8 rating. 3.8 rating. Our beloved Yeti is going back to its roots with this Himalayan-inspired variation. Traditional chai spices of cinnamon, green, what is that? Cardamom, black pepper, ginger, nutmeg, and vanilla blend seamlessly with Yeti's rich roasted malt backbone for a spicy beast fit to tackle Everest. Yeah, you know what? I'll have 2 Bud Lights. Just give me the 2 Bud Lights. I thought I'd make a funny. Why not? I'm gonna pour him in this Duval glass that I don't get a chance to use that much, man. And I like the back of it because it says, I don't know if you can even read that, but it says patience in your poorness. Yeah. And I like the way they got they got a dog there with the beer bottle on his nose. If you can kind of make that out, probably make it out better when it's full, but it is a stout, so you might not be able to see it still. So, but it's a Duval glass, so it's meant to have Duval in it. So you know what I'm saying? That kind of Duval's not a dark beer. Here we go, man. Label out there. Eat it. Let's see, Neri. Neri's shaking in it. Oh, slow smoke on that one. Did you notice that? That smoke kind of creeped a little. Ooh, we poured some smoke too. Nice. I'll give it a nice, healthy pour. I'll give it the Tappa since I don't have a photo of this one yet. Let me get the photo here. Let me get that done there because you know our Yetis like photo shoots, man. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Most don't.
Yeah, most don't, but you know this Yeti does. You know, she ain't shy. She's like, yeah, get a picture of it, yeah, baby. I like my selfies. There we go. So we got our selfie taken care of. Look at this one, man.
Respect the Yeti.
Respect. Respect it. Look at that. And I don't know if you can tell, but look at that. Look at the color on that head, Bat. Yeah, that's nice and chocolatey there, baby. Yeah. Melts in your mouth and in your hand.
I like M&M's.
Got a foamy tip.
With all the foam on that, head. Look at that. Yeah, that's gonna melt in your hand. I'm just saying. No guarantees here, baby. Just there we go, man. Just hurry up and get it in your mouth, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm in a hurry, man. This is NASCAR. You know what I'm saying? We've been rubbing and racing. That's all I'm saying. Let's hurry up.
You got 4 left turns to make. Come on.
So, I don't even know what I'm doing. What are we doing? Let me see. I don't know. What are we doing here, man? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This one's actually just a tad boozy, but you're getting nice roasted. Getting a nice roastiness in there. I'm still getting like some coffee or something in there. I'm not getting a whole lot of ginger though. Getting some nutmeg. And I don't know what green cardamom is. What is that?
That one is chicken, probably.
No, cardamon's a cinnamon. It's like almost like cinnamon.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's like better than cinnamon.
There is a cinnamon in here, though, for sure.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Oh, man. God. That is just... Oh, you know, I like the finish on this one. This one is definitely not dry. This one's sticking around a little bit. But it's not boozy. It's not boozy at all. It drinks super smooth, almost like it has some lactose in it or something. It has like a milky kind of richness to it. Have you had this one, Zach?
Yeah.
Would you agree with anything that I'm saying, or?
If I was listening, probably.
Nice. You know what? You and the chairman are actually on the same side on that one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a session beer.
This is actually, man. This is really. I love.
No, it's a good version of Yeti because it's like spicy, but it's still got like that Yeti dark chocolate coffee, like heaviness to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's not a bad Yeti out there.
Yeah,
actually, it's a pinky out drink, Joe.
No. Because we do have a stem, but you for safety first, you tuck that pinky under that. See,
that's exactly what she told you to do, Joe.
Safety first,
tuck the pinky up into the back.
Just right, and that helps. See that you actually get more points for that. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, when you can make her hoo-ha, then that's all I'm saying. You know? Yeah. So you tuck it. Where's Chase when I need Chase? Where's Chase? Where is Chase?
He's on the toilet.
Yeah, he is on the toilet. Yeah, so we don't talk about hoo-haws while he's on the toilet. Yeah.
You need a trending cup.
I believe if we were talking about hoo-haws, we could get a confirmation from his wife. I think his wife is crazy enough to confirm such information.
Speaking about hoo-ha, here's a segue for you.
This is great.
Here's a segue for you. What is everybody making for their traditional New Year's food? And what are you going to drink with it?
Okay, that's a great question. So, is there a traditional New Year's? Now, I noticed there was ham for sale at the grocery store when I went earlier today. Is that what's a traditional New Year's meal?
I just don't. I'm curious if Tom or Mark eat it, but like New Year's, I know a lot of Pennsylvania Dutch do pork with sauerkraut.
Yeah, that is a big thing around here.
I absolutely love it. We might have some of it, but they get it, and it goes into a whole lot of stuff, but it's because the theory is pigs root forward, and you don't eat chicken because it does something backwards. So eating pork is like going forward and progressing forward, and then cabbage is green like money, so it's lucky.
Wow.
If you wanted a stupid story.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have pizza.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Make it easy.
Like the further east in Pennsylvania you go, the weirder shit gets.
Well, okay. In Pennsylvania is a great. Maybe you can shed some light on it. Is there a Amish meal? Is that it? Is that the Amish meal?
That would be Pennsylvania Dutch. So that would be. That's Pennsylvania Dutch, so that would have to be.
That would have to
be the tradition. But I was curious about what everybody else does.
I have to admit, man, I would think that there's things that maybe the Chinese do for their New Year. I would think I didn't really put much thought to a New Year.
Well, what does everybody else like to do?
Yeah, what is it?
No problems getting drunk and ordering pizza.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a lot of finger foods, and steaks definitely on the horizon.
Finger foods and stuff. Okay. So you're actually having a set meal for New Year's.
Yeah, we have an event coming up, so steak's going to be for them, and then we just like chips and dip and any kind of finger food stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I've always associated New Year's food with like Super Bowl food, same kind of
same concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a party, right? So it's like
wings and dip and.
But I think what Zach is getting at is like a literal, like Thanksgiving or Christmas or some sort of.
Well, I think there's a lot of people. I'm curious to hear what Mark does because I bet Mark has like a tradition.
We're gonna do seafood for New Year's Eve. We'll probably do some scallops and some shrimp. Maybe like bake-wrapped scallops and some shrimp New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day we're just gonna do ham. We haven't had ham in quite a while, so we're just gonna do a ham with some potatoes and.
Maybe that's what you mentioned pork, and maybe that's why there was ham like super cheap too. I was tempted to buy one of those big ass hams that were spiraled and all. They were like $11 for a big ass ham.
Yeah. I think you can slice it up and freeze that stuff, and it'll stick around for a while.
I literally thought about it, man, because it was such a good deal on those hams. Now, Jay Vega says ramen noodles and malt liquor.
Sounds like a puke fest.
Yeah, he's a traditionalist.
That's like Monday through Friday right there.
Yeah, he is a traditionalist. Yeah.
I'll pass on the pee and shit.
Tom, do you have any?
You're doing pizza, right?
I usually go somewhere else for New Year's. I don't know. Maybe pizza. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't have anything like in stone.
Now I'm looking. I'm on allrecipes.com, okay, and they have foods. They have a ton of stuff for New Year's. This is blowing my mind a little bit.
I'm like, that's why I asked though, because for me, New Year's is a big cooking holiday, like almost like Christmas. for me because it's New Year's Eve. If I'm having a party, it's all about the finger foods. We'll probably do a bunch of finger foods, but we're doing we're gonna make ossobuco for Christmas or for New Year's.
Shit.
I can't possibly read that. Let me show this website that I've got on here, and this is for I think everybody's heard of All Recipes that's on here, at least our audience. They've got New Year's appetizers, which if that's going to make a list, then of course I'm down for that. So you've got king crab appetizers, stuffed bacon wrapped dates.
Ooh.
I have never in my life heard of a stuffed bacon wrapped date.
I think I had that before. Yeah. It's like smoky but sweet. It's actually.
Yeah. I don't know that you can eat that many of them, can you?
I don't remember eating them, but
you've got olive balls. Take that however you like.
For that, you got olive balls to give the doctor.
Take that however you would like. You've got Spanish olives are wrapped in a spice cream cheese mixture and rolled and chopped. Whatever, it doesn't finish the comment.
That's fabulous.
But just go for the picture there. You got bacon cheese puffs, New Year's Eve chicken wings, shrimp scampi cheesecake appetizer,
Yep.
and then Cape Cod cocktail meatballs. Okay, quick story on the meatballs. Now that came up, I do remember. Okay, when I was still in Albuquerque, my neighbor, his wife was huge on entertaining. She loved to entertain. If the party was going to be small or big, as long as she could have a party and make some food, she didn't care. And so he would typically make, if it was going to be a finger food, like Earth said type party, he would make, and his name was Scott, and he would make what he would call a crock pot of Scott's balls. And the big thing was fantastic because it was great to talk about how nice and sticky and sweet his balls were.
Hey, don't make sure you don't choke on Scott's ball.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was like, and then he was my buddy that would brew the fruity beers, and so he would always have one or two of his beers on tap, and and of course I would supervise him making the beer. Hello, and I'd try to consume the last keg, to make sure there was an empty keg prepared and ready for the new keg. Hello, and so that was my job. Da, da, da! Yeah.
The hell?
And my job was also to drink the new beer and eat his balls.
Sounds like a special relationship.
Oh, it was fantastic, man. You'd get the little skewer or the toothpick, and you'd stab one of his nuts, and you'd ask, how's that feel, bitch? You know what I'm saying? You're stabbing his nuts, you know what I'm saying? And so there was like this S&M sort of relationship there, And then you'd kind of put it up and lick the backside of it and everything, and let the sauce drip all over the sides of your mouth and everything. Everyone would tell you how gross you were, and it was fun. So, New Year's tradition. Yes.
Good times.
Good times.
Joe's New Year's tradition is slurping nuts.
Yeah, my New Year's tradition was having Scott's drippy sauce all over my mouth. Yeah.
Share a beer first, and the host is cut off.
Yeah. And there's another military story for you.
Yeah.
Meatball extravaganza.
Yeah, meatball. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, but see, all that wouldn't have come about if Zach wouldn't have inspired a lot of thought. You've got New Year's.
I just thought it was a bigger thing. Like it's always a big cooking thing for us. Like,
yeah, it's big in the South. Everybody cooks black-eyed peas and collard greens. Those are the two dishes you're supposed to have for good luck.
Yeah,
on New
black-eyed
Year's
peas are big. I know, like the pork with sauerkraut thing is huge. Like
Mhm.
you can find if you just search pork with sauerkraut, it'll come up with all these things of why it's
Woohoo!
it's like
Look at that beautiful lady in the background there. Woo! Look at her. Hey, how you doing? Hi, sweetheart.
Good.
How you feel? What do
Later
you
watching movies.
do you have any New Year's resolutions for next year?
What's your New Year's resolution?
How to eat carrots, and I want to eat carrots because usually I don't eat them.
Hey, hey, you know what? I actually just bought some carrots, and I haven't had carrots in a while. I'm not even joking. That's funny because I have not had carrots in probably 2 months, and I just bought some carrots today. So I'm with you. We're on the same wavelength there. Yeah, I am going to eat more carrots next year as well. That's right, because you eat them and they make you smarter, right? You think better. What is it, vitamin K or something? Or you see better, right?
Good for your eyes.
Good for your eyes, yeah.
Eyesight or eyes.
That's right. I like that one. That's a good one, sweetheart. Thank you very much for that one.
Apparently, I need to eat carrots.
I know, me too, because my vision.
I just had a crock pot.
Exactly.
Like the glasses don't give it away.
There's this sticky carrot recipe that I got off of the internet somewhere, and I do like to make that every once in a while. And they're kind of like a side dish. They're not the main dish, of course, but
Does Scott make them?
yeah, Scott doesn't make those. Yeah, because that would have a different name. And I'll keep that one clean because we have.
All right, guys. I'm gonna head out and have another beer with the kids.
Thank you. Hey, we'll see you, Zach.
Right,
Hey,
Zach.
thank you, sweetheart.
We'll see you. Are you jumping on a New Year's Eve though, or
Probably. Yeah, more than likely we will.
we're not? Are we doing it every time zone again?
Yeah, we'll probably do every time zone. Yeah.
Oh, that'll go.
All-nighter.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys next year.
All right.
Or
Next
All
before.
right,
year.
Zach.
We'll see you.
Later, man.
All right.
He's like,
Yeah. I love that sort of thing though, man. Like he was saying. Here's some meals right now, and this is from all recipes as well. Here's some main courses, right? And so you've got lobster Newburgh, beef Wellington is something. Dude, if you're serving up beef Wellington, and you're not inviting, hello, I am here and I like beef Wellington. Duh. You've got New Year's spinach fettuccine with something or other. I can't see the whole title there. Oh, with scallops. New Year's Eve chicken. That don't look bad. Nice and simple. And then surf and turf for 2. The steak don't look bad, but then you've got like a bunch of like sea bugs on the plate there. I don't know what's up with that. Lamb braised in pomegranate. Hey, might not be bad. Cram Imperial 2. Champagne shrimp and pasta, steamed lobster tails, and butternut squash risotto. Okay. Oh, 4 cheese margarita pizza.
he's making a 4-cheese margarita pizza.
And homemade tamales. Boom! Now, I have to admit, Bum's biggest fan. I kind of pissed her off a couple days ago. I don't know. She's still not talking to me, really. I shared a video with her where I had made a bunch of lasagna a few months back, froze it, and then I cut it into big pieces, and and I'll take out a piece every once in a while, and of course you have it. And I took out this piece a few days ago, and I said, you know what? I'm in the mood for a burrito. So I took half of that piece, and I made it a burrito. I was like, hello, I love burritos, and I love lasagna, and I'm a fat guy, and these things are permitted. And I made a lasagna-rito, and she did not appreciate that, and she's still very offended because of the Italian heritage. But there's a conflict there, right? Because there's Italian heritage and Mexican heritage. So I thought I was paying homage to both sides, and the Italian side of her was very offended. And, I don't know. We're still not good. That's probably why she's not here now.
It's actually a pretty good idea.
It was a great idea. There's no other way to handhold a lasagna and eat it, but roll it in a tortilla, and it was fantastic. It was great. It was great.
Oh man, you get the beautiful tortilla taste.
Yes.
The messiness isn't there. You just boom, 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 boom. Oh man, excellent. Some hot sauce.
Yeah.
Hot sauce. Yes, I did the hot sauce too. Yay!
Dip that into some batter and deep fry it. Then
Oh my God! I missed a perfect opportunity. I was on this high. You know what I'm saying? And leave it to your friends to just kick you down, man. You know?
You could have got diabetes, Joe.
That's what they do best.
Dude.
That's in the code.
That's
the blueprint.
I missed a completely fantastic opportunity to deep fry the lasagna. I could have actually made it and deep fried the whole flipping thing. And I could, I could have had a lasagna chimichanga.
Yeah.
If I had played my cards right, but I just wasn't thinking that far enough ahead.
I'm right there with you. I didn't know either. Now I'm starting to ponder it.
So, who's having lasagna chimichangas for New Year's Day? Huh?
Now, see, I am a complete professional. So, kids and other fat people out there, do not try this alone at home. Trust me. I made the sacrifice, so at least you know it's you're good to right there. So if you want to roll up said burrito and then chimichanga it yourself, get a nice little crispy crust on the outside going.
You know what you could do, Joe? You know how they have those you can put on a cast iron. You know how the weights you can put on it, get a nice sear on each side. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Or you could, instead of just frying said burrito, you could go KFC on that bad boy and do a Korean style fried on that, and kind of mix a lot of cultures in there, and then you'd be like some multicultural genius is what you would be.
No, it's just called drunk munchies.
So is that just called the Jack in the Box after midnight menu? Is that what that's called? Yeah. Right now we've got Jack taking notes. He's going, okay, yeah, all right. I can have that released by January 7th.
It's got to be true. I was just thinking chicken wing burritos. So it's got to be right.
Yeah. Chicken wing burritos.
I think Jack himself is actually watching the show and taking notes is what's happening at any moment, because that sounds like something people that smoke weed would do. So we're going to have the prophet jumping in sooner or later, chiming in.
The weed word up. The weed signal is
the weed, yeah.
Phoenix.
It's like in How High when he wakes him up. He puts the music on, he can't wake him up, and then he blows smoke in his face. He wakes right up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's like some kind of Middle Eastern blend right there. Wow. There he is! Swear to God, he's in the chat. 420 right now.
It's like a bad signal, I tell you.
Jesus Christ.
Get in here, Herb.
That's like a bird.
Yep. Okay. Now, I don't know if he's a fat guy or not, but I do know it's in the title, so I know kind of have an idea what he does. Or what his hobbies are, at least, right? And so he might appreciate some of the finer things in life. And so if he has anything to comment, any sort of comment on my latest endeavor into munchie food would be to take a fine craft piece of lasagna and roll it up in a tortilla and make it a burrito and make it a finger food. Whoever thought of making lasagna a finger food? This guy. That's who did. You know what I'm saying? I take full responsibility. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? And then if you were to take it up a notch in chimichanga, it'd possibly put some of your finest salsa on that bad boy. Yeah.
See, you can't take credit for that. That's the syntax talking again.
So is that the little tail off of my little darling right here? Is that what's happening there?
What if you throw some potatoes in there? It'd be like a California lasagna.
Ooh, some
no, that'd
burrito.
be an Idaho lasagna. Earth potatoes.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, because there is ho in the name, potato, and it's Idaho. So that would make potato in Idaho.
You're gonna make it a burrito. You might as well put some pinto beans in there, some black beans.
A burrito.
I swear to God, a
burrito.
I'm never gonna have another relationship with my mom again. I don't think she'll ever talk to me after watching this show. She's like, I told you about that. That was like uncalled for. You're cut off. You're out of the will. All that sort of stuff, right? Yeah. So, Mark, what are you having, brother? Are you still having a celebration? Or?
Very nice.
Sunday morning stout.
Oh, Sunday morning stout. Okay.
One day I'll get my hands on one of those.
Coffee stout. Yeah. It's excellent. Yeah. And it's warming up now, and it's just a great mix. You got the coffee, chocolate. It's kind of coffee forward, but not bitter. There's a strong coffee presence, but just nice chocolate, vanilla, all that old bourbon barrel stuff.
I want to cover. I'm going to show the Untapped for people that have not had this.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, because this is one of those beers that if it's in your area and you see it, you haven't had it, just get you some.
You can't get it, Earth?
Nope.
Damn.
So you've got 79,000 ratings, 576 in the last 30 days, 12.7 ABV, no IBUs rated, 416. Look at Mark go.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday Morning Stout is a 12.7 ABV, is a American Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee. It has, wait a minute, that don't make any sense. It has an ebony pour. Okay, I'm going to edit this form. It has, should you say a ebony pour or an ebony pour?
It has an
ebony pour.
An, right? So no A in there, right? So it has an ebony pour. Now, as the reporter for the show, what would you say, Bum? Which is the correct grammar?
Yeah, I would, based on what you're saying, Joe, I can't see it close up. I would have to eliminate one of those. I would have to eliminate the A.
Yeah, the A, right? Yeah, so it has an ebony pour with a large, creamy off-white right head.
I think this guy was doing other things in between.
Yeah.
There's something about enjoy with your friend Scott. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see.
Does that mean it's Navajo white?
Yeah, because those things don't mix, right? It has, and we're editing this whole thing for them. What are they doing here? It has an ebony pour with a large, creamy Scott's white, off-white head. That's in the description. That's weird. The aromas of roasted coffee and bourbon awaken your senses while their flavors blend with hints of chocolate, which is not Scott, roasted malt, vanilla, and caramel.
I do think this person's probably getting paid to do it.
That's all in there. That's so bizarre. We were just talking about Scott, and it was in there. That's wild. That guy gets around. Really crazy. And in this, the thumbnail for Sean in the local drinkers here is a very sexy picture of Big Bird for his thumbnail, which is really confusing me.
Easy.
I never heard Big Bird and sexy in the same sentence.
I never saw a sexy Big Bird, but just let your head.
Why do you think they call him Big Bird? Come on.
That's there you go. That's what we call a tease, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, no, this sounds like a fantastic beer. Are you kidding me? 416, 12%. Is it boozy, Mark?
No, not boozy at all. No.
And that's the problem.
It ages beautifully. That beer. Like ridiculously good.
I can't imagine going another year without that coming out here for distribution. If not, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to trade.
This one was
Do you get Weinbacher?
No Weyerbacher.
Oh, really?
Period. Do you get it in Arizona?
I believe we do.
It's the only beer I even buy from them, to be honest.
I believe we do. I wanna say. I'm gonna look it up. Now you're forcing me to look up Total Wine and see if we get it. I love going to Total Wine because pretty much if it's available in your area, we have it. You know.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Oh, now they say item not available in your area.
Well,
so I have to believe them.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them distributing.
They do most of the East Coast.
Gosh, I sure do. I mean, maybe not that beer, but I want to say that, man, Weinbacher, we can get Weinbacher. Maybe not that beer, you know what I'm saying, from them. Sometimes that happens. But
yeah, they'll start out with the core, the core blondes and pales and whatever.
Right.
In the beginning, and then they'll start giving you some better stuff later on if they do.
Yeah, because I want to say that we can get other stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. So,
I definitely can't get a hold of it unless I can.
Anybody else having anything different?
It's a good one.
The bum, I have a feeling he's still on that same. He's milking that beer. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Hey, quit nursing that Magnum.
Yeah.
I just finished this one. I'm gonna go grab something else.
Voodoo Ranger. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Voodoo Ranger is solid. Very solid, of course.
How much you got left? Are you down to the last quarter of the bottle?
Down to the last glass.
All right.
Last glass. All right.
Yeah, it actually shows, Joe, that I guess Arizona doesn't get it. Anything from them.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
Well,
guess. It's like most of
Hey, Joe, type in Phoenix Bottle Shop or Arizona Bottle Shops in your browser. See what pops up.
Just in the browser? Okay.
Arizona Bottle Shops. Because I'm showing like a dozen places in your area.
Really?
Easy.
That for bottle shops or that have that?
bottle shops, just like little specialty craft beer liquor stores.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, there's a lot of there's a lot of. It's just that I just go to Total Wine. You know what I'm saying? Like Total Wine, just in general, will have most things that are available in your area, and even if they don't have it, a lot of the managers, if you talk to them, are more than willing to get it for you. You know, Total Wine for me in my experience, that's the way they've been. No, there's many little
yeah, because I mean our Total Wines out here, they carry a big variety of stuff, but in order to get like really specified something, it's the bottle shops.
Okay,
They're the only ones that get it.
I know who the last breach was from. I just remember, and I'm going to show you right now who the latest. Because I was like, I know that there was a beer-related breach. It was Bevmo, my friends. Bevmo was the latest victim of a credit card breach, and
So
now
they got all your information right.
For a lot of you, Bevmo isn't in your area. For those of us in the West here, Arizona and California specifically, Bevmo's a big. They're right on up there to Total Wine. They're a big distributor, a big
So they're like a regional,
more like a regional liquor store.
Okay. Do they do liquor, wine, and beer? They do all of it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But Bevmo
And
warned
spirits.
customer credit card data breach. Bevmo is warning that a data breach may have allowed a hacker to steal credit card numbers and other information from more than 14,000 customers who used the alcohol seller's website. So, and this is very new information 2 days ago, as you can see from a lot of these reports. And I do remember just hearing that intel, because I learned that from that motorcycle show. What was that motorcycle show we were all watching several years back now?
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, yeah. When they would go out and get the intel. You go out and get the intel, Like, come on, give me a break, guys. But yeah, it kept me interested enough to keep watching it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the intel,
Now they got the Mayans, which is the branch off club.
I need
one of the clubs that was
started
on,
yet. I haven't started it yet. I am going to start it. Now that you reminded me, I'm going to start it tonight. But if I can get off of here soon. But I'll start it tonight. But
I forgot. I've got
I know. I watched season 3 of Insecure last night, which is basically a female series, but I dig watching it. It's kind of funny. So I got that out of the way. You can see my syntax in the background. Actually there off to the back. Just the red can alone. It's like, yeah. Sin and dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like my office guy always says, Coke in a red can. Give me a Coke in a red can.
Yeah, the red can. Yeah, that's what some people, when you're referring to Coke, it's red can. When you're referring to Budweiser, it's red can. There's certain things that are, when you mention the red can, or you mention red, that's what they're referencing. It's typically it's Budweiser or Coca-Cola, depending on the person. It's Budweiser.
Yeah, that's what he says. What are you getting, man? I'll tell him what I'm getting. Hey, can you get me a Coke in a red can? Yeah, man. All right.
Or just get me a
Is
red.
that it?
Yeah. Yeah, even I'm familiar enough with that. Yeah, because it's hey, give me a red can, So yeah, it's if you're around enough Budweiser drinkers, give me a red can, That's you already know what they're talking about if you know them well enough. But yeah, it's kind of old school, isn't it? It's kind of I don't know too many young cats that refer to red can, right? It's kind of is it an old school sort of thing? I think you're north of 35, possibly, if you're using that reference.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he doesn't drink, so I got to go over there, and I'm buying all this, all these beers, and then I go, oh man, I forgot I got to go get the Coke in the red can in the cash register. He always busts my balls on it. Coke, what's this? I say, that's my office guy. He doesn't like drinking.
Yeah.
He's like, what a loser. I know.
Yeah,
that guy.
What a loser. Who's that joker? Yeah. So if anybody watching this show, and of course there's thousands of people watching the show, if you have recently shopped at Bevmo, you might want to take all the proper precautions because you might have been a victim of latest, data breach.
Well, you should only use your credit cards, because if somebody steals your credit card number, you're not responsible. If somebody steals your debit card number, you're screwed.
Yep. You bet. Now another thing I wanted to just see if anybody has checking it out, and because now Zach mentioned that any traditions as far as eating, but one tradition that I know happens is watching movies. Some people go to the movies, but a lot of people these days, the overwhelming majority of people watch Netflix. So the latest and greatest movie on Netflix would be Bird Box. Bird Box breaks a Netflix record with 45 million people watching in its first week.
Wow.
Did anybody watch this? I know I did.
I never heard about it. What's
really? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mark. Now, you said your first comment was you haven't even heard of it. Nope. I want to know, when was the last time? Okay, because it just I'll say opened, but they just made it available to watch on the 21st. So since the 21st, have you opened the Netflix app on any of your streaming devices?
No, I have not. That's
okay. So that's why. Because the minute you open their app, and if you, this is the trick about Netflix, if a lot of people don't know, now I'm a pretty hardcore cord cutter. So if you open their app, it will take you to their biggest movie, no matter what. And now that they play, when you open their app and they actually play a little bit of the movie for you, kind of the trailer for you, you almost can't get past that trailer until you watch it. And once you watch it, they'll move on to the next thing for you. And Bird Box was that movie. I could not get by it. All my darn devices that I would open Netflix on, and it's Bird Box. Boom. And here it goes. Here's the trailer. So I was like, you know what? Let me watch it, get it out of the way. Who watched it? Did you watch it, Tom?
No, I don't even have Netflix. I have Hulu.
I have Hulu as well. Yes.
I used to have Netflix. I just kind of canceled it. I used to watch Always Sunny on it, but it got taken off of there, so I stay with Hulu.
Okay. So let me cover this first paragraph or two of this article I'm reading is from TechCrunch.com, and it was literally from just yesterday. Sandra Bullock's star power can still sell a movie, apparently. Though reviews for the Netflix horror film Bird Box have been lukewarm, the movie has a respectable but not outstanding score of 65% on Rotten Tomatoes. It has still managed to break records for the streaming service, Netflix said this afternoon. The company announced in a tweet that more than 45 million Netflix accounts have now streamed Bird Box, which set a new record for the best ever first week for a Netflix film.
Huh. Okay. So it's a horror? Is it a horror movie?
I would call it more of a thriller than a horror movie. It's more of a thriller to me, in my opinion. But what's also really rare about that number is that Netflix don't do that. Netflix don't put out numbers, but they did for this, and they did it literally just a couple days ago. So it was a big, big deal to a lot of reporters because Netflix just don't put out their numbers. They're like Amazon. Netflix and Amazon don't. As a matter of fact, it's what keeps Netflix from a lot of their deals that they could get because they don't want to give up any of their intel, so they don't do it. But I actually thought, Sandra Bullock, she's actually, for one, still kind of hot. You know what I'm saying? And just a damn good actress, man. I actually really enjoyed the movie. I ain't gonna say I loved the movie, but it was entertaining. It was worth the watch. It was really good. And depending on your system that you have at home, that makes it a little more, that keeps you interested, right? So I could tell you how great it was, but I have a whole thing that goes along here. You know what I'm saying? I've got all the surround sound, 9.2 point whatever in the hell you want to call it, and Dolby Digital, Atmos, and all that junk. So that adds to the experience. If you're sitting there watching it on your iPad through your iPad speakers, that's going to be another different experience, right? But I was just curious because the numbers were so big. I thought, well, there's a chance that someone in here has watched it, with the number being that big. Did you happen to watch it, Coach?
I had no time for Netflix.
What was that?
Did you happen to watch Bird Box on Netflix?
No, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about it, but I have no idea what it is.
Do you have Netflix or?
I do. I rarely get on it, but.
Oh, okay. Well, so that's that story right there. I have a.
I've got to watch Ozark still. I haven't watched.
Oh, get out of here! The last season of Ozark.
No, I haven't yet.
Oh yeah, you got to watch that. Yeah, that's another must watch. I have another interesting question though. And this is first I'll ask the question. I'll ask a couple questions. And the first one, I'll put it out there, and you can think about it for a while if you have to. But what famous woman do you look like? So do you think you look? We just mentioned Sandra Bullock. Do you look like Sandra Bullock? Do you look like Whoopi Goldberg? For Christ's sake, what famous woman do you think you look like? So while you think about that and you ponder your answer, what's your New Year's resolution going into the new year?
My New Year's really like a famous woman.
Yeah, that might take some time.
Exactly, right? Yeah. Yeah,
I might have to dig deep on that one.
That was an interesting question right there. I don't know that I've ever been told. Some people are told this, right? Like, you're always told, well, you look like so and so, or you look like so and so. And some people are told that, you know what, you kind of look like this chick, right? And so I thought that was a good question. I heard a podcast recently where they raised the question. And a lot of them had an answer to it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them were like, I kind of look like so and so. Yeah, I can see that. You know what
Pity the famous woman that looks like me.
Exactly. Like, Earth, can you look at Mark and think of a woman that he looks like?
Oh.
You did have to put me on the spotlight, didn't you?
How about Hillary Clinton?
No. That's not a compliment at all.
I'm just joking.
Maybe the blonde chick from what's her name? Something about Mary or something, maybe.
Oh, the blonde chick.
I don't know her name. The thin one.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, maybe something along those lines.
Yeah, something that kind of doesn't necessarily look like her, but you kind of favor her in some aspects.
Yeah. Maybe like the closest proximity we can get to. I don't know.
A skinny, thin face. I can't think of. Roseanne Barr. No, that's not.
Roseanne. I was thinking for Tom, if Tom put on a wig,
all right,
he might kind of be a little Monica Lewinsky.
Okay. Okay.
I
can dig it.
I was thinking more like Thelma from Scooby Doo.
Oh,
you're funny, man.
Do you know the reference there, Tom?
Yeah, of course, it's Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Okay. With a wig. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's actually I didn't even go cartoons. Yeah. I hadn't even
the woman cartoon though.
I haven't even went out animation there. That might work. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what everybody thinks and then what you think of yourself.
Yeah, because I personally can't think of a chick that I look like.
Yeah, you're gonna have to lie about it. That's.
I'm trying. Good for them. Sure.
Yeah, because you're throwing some serious hate their way, right? Like you're
you're either gonna make someone very proud or very mad. One of the two.
Yeah. I tell you, I can go along the New Year's resolution route though. I don't necessarily make New Year's resolutions, and I think I've talked about it before, but I kind of just do more of an evaluation on the past year. Like I have goals, and I just try to achieve those goals more so than a resolution, Like I don't set out to like lose 20 pounds this year. I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? For me, it would be like, get out of debt, that sort of deal, like get out of debt. But I more or less try to just improve myself, have my 6-month goals, my 12-month goals, my 5-year goals, and my 10-year goals. And I use every January 1st to kind of evaluate if I'm at least 5% better than I feel like I achieved the goal. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm at least 5%, and it's not much, but if every year I'm upgrading, if you will, 5%, then over the course of time, I'm a better man 5 years ago. From than I was 5 years ago. So. Little by little, and you improve yourself is the way I look at it, However that may be.
My goals for this year are just to, keep building the business.
Yeah.
That's my major goal. The work-life balance. That's the challenge. So. And to listen to more music.
Yes, listen to more music. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't even want to cover the music end of it because Tom, do you have anything?
I mean, obviously, everyone wants to get healthier. I'd like to get healthier. Maybe make myself happier this year because I wasn't really. I don't know. I went through a lot this year, so I don't know. Maybe do more things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Get happier. Not wait around for things to happen and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. You got to make it happen. If you want, I was recently asked, questions pertaining towards certain things, and I was, my answer to some of those questions were, look, if someone wants something bad enough, if they wanted something from myself or something from someone else, they'd make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want something bad enough, you'll go get it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, if it's desirable enough to you, you'll get off your ass and go make it happen. Whether it be going to another audio fest or going to another beer fest, you'll make it happen, right? It's you won't just sit around. You'll make that happen. So yeah, I can see that for sure, man. We have to quit, as men especially. We have to quit wasting opportunities. Yeah, and I think, Tom, part of that is being able to recognize an opportunity when it's in your face, right? Yeah. Being able to recognize an opportunity is a major thing a lot of times. Sometimes we don't necessarily recognize that, you know what, that was actually a good chance to do this or that until after the fact. We're reflecting on it, right? And that's half the challenge. Is as we mature as men, figuring out while you're in that moment and being able to say, yes, you know what, let's try it. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. And just, it's all fear is what my belief, and this is personal, very, very, very personal. My belief is it gets down to fear, like being afraid, right? And we don't take advantage of some of these things. We're too scared of, is this a con? Is this a that? Or is this a that? Or, I think we have to evaluate the risk while we're in the moment and just say, you know what real harm can come of this, right? And just be willing to, because a lot of the things that we take a chance on, that's where we grow. You take a chance and you grow, and sometimes we fall on our ass and we're like, God bless it, man. Why am I in this situation again? But, sometimes we have to take measures to prepare ourselves, whether it be financially or otherwise, take chances, prepare ourselves so that when we do take a risk and we step out there to take advantage of an opportunity, that we don't fall that hard and everything else and the ripples that come from that fall, right, don't necessarily affect us as much when we do fall, if we fall, right? Because sometimes you take that chance and you don't fall. It ends up being the greatest thing you ever did in your life. I
mean, you also need, I guess through the years you learn patience and understanding your situations and how to reflect.
Yep.
Looking at this, not necessarily your surroundings, but the perspective of what's going on and figuring out what decisions you should make and decisions you have made and reflect off those decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, brother. Whether it be with women, with wealth, or with work, all the W's, you get that? You see how I did that? Whether it be, with any of those W's, it's, in order to succeed or be a success, you have to try, right? You can't win the lottery if you don't have if you don't have a ticket. You know what I'm saying? You have to at least be willing to lose $2, to win. And oftentimes, how many times do you lose the lottery before you win it? How many times did you put yourself out there before you actually found the woman of your dreams and you got married, even if she's not of your dream, still married her and ended up in anyway, but
back on track.
Words of wisdom right there.
Back on track, exactly. Or you ended up, going to school and you ended up in this career and you went, to this job and you're like, oh, this is supposed to be great, and actually, but you, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, look at our dear friend Mark, right? Mark took a chance, put himself out there to be self-employed, and I'm not saying it's working out perfectly for Mark, but he took that chance, and so far he is succeeding. He took the steps to make sure that, you know, okay, if this don't work out in this amount of time and this amount of whatever, that, you know, you have a plan B and a plan C, so that if plan A don't quite go the path you want, when you get to that Y or the T in the road, you prepare yourself to, you know what, okay, I can detour off this road, right? And kind of make it back to over here a little bit, you know. So as long as you have that plan B that you kind of, and you always have to have that, right? And that's kind of, you prepare yourself for the failure. You can't succeed until you fail, right? There has to be some risk.
It took me 5 or 6 years of planning, you know, to get to the point where I felt comfortable, where I could put myself out there and take the risk and go, you know, as I said, you know, so you got enough time and resources to give it the go and make your best effort, but still have a if it doesn't work out, you've got the options. You still have options. I think that's a lot of times where we get stuck, is we take a flyer, we think it's a great opportunity, that might be, but we haven't built the contingency or considered a contingency. You know, and a lot of times people think that if you plan for a contingency, then you're not committed to what you're trying to do. But I think it's the opposite. You have to plan for a contingency. You have to have a contingency in order to be sincere about what it is that you're doing.
Right. Well, it's like the tightrope walker at the circus. Now, you'd be a damn fool if you didn't have a net below you. You know what I'm saying? You plan to make it to that other side of the rope, but just in case, you'd be a damn fool if you didn't have a net below you, you know, because
there's some people that, I mean, practice can be your net too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that practice for years and years and years and years and years, and you have so much confidence, and just go for it. So
you know, getting back to your goal there, I damn sure wish you the best, Tom, and I think you can do it. You're trying, is what I see from our time together here. I can see that you're trying. You've tried many different things since we've been on this show, and we can't be afraid of failures that don't necessarily kill us. In other words, right?
Yeah, we're still breathing.
You're still breathing, and so you get another chance to just, you know, and from the people that I know personally, whether it be family members or just close friends of my family or so forth, that are doing pretty darn good for themselves. They took tons of chances and failed a lot before they finally hit that one that was like, you know, bingo. You know. You know, so it's just one of those, and then some people get so lucky. I have another acquaintance, I wouldn't call us buddies, but acquaintance, that, you know, was working for someone else and decided, you know what, F this, man, I'm sick of this, and went out on his own, got a couple, became his own independent contractor, and started doing this and that, and, you know, got a job doing this, you know, and he got another job doing, you know, in other words, jobs meaning his new company that he started with 2 other guys they got hired to do this and they got hired to do that, and then lo and behold, he got lucky and got hired to do this one major project for a little company called, I don't know, GE, and it made him a gazillionaire overnight, like, you know, just that one job, and he's done extremely well ever since, like, you know. So it's just one of them deals, you know. Some of it's luck, and some of it is, to me, not necessarily luck, because you put yourself in a position to succeed. So as much as you could say you put yourself in a position to fail, hey, you don't put yourself in a position to, as much to fail as you put yourself in a position to succeed. You can't succeed and you can't get to even that possibility unless you put yourself there.
Yeah. What's the saying? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're at that point where you're prepared and ready, and you have an opportunity that comes, then you're able to take advantage of it, and look like luck, but it very rarely is. I mean, outside of hitting the lottery, but even your acquaintance, that was years of work and working for his old company and his new stuff. So he was prepared, and he just came across the opportunity. But if he didn't have the experience and the preparation, he probably wouldn't have been. GE wouldn't have hired him.
Right. Exactly.
Do it.
Yep.
So so a lot of times it does look like luck, but it's more just like, hey, the person's been doing this for 20 years, and they just put themselves out there. They took some risks, and they're in a position where they're able to take advantage of something if it comes along.
Yep. So I do wish you all the luck in the world, Tom, and I think you're on the right track, my friend, going into 2015. You bet.
I'm trying.
Hey, Earth, you got anything you want to share as far as goals or resolutions?
Not really into the resolution thing because that never works. Just to get wiser, man.
Yeah.
Learn a few new things and apply them when I need to. That's basically it.
Yep.
I don't put a whole lot of emphasis on anything because it never goes to plan half the time. So I'm just going to flow with it and make the best of what comes my way.
Yep.
Yeah. So you think making sure you're in a position to take in new information and glean stuff from what's going on around you, sounds like.
Basically.
Yeah.
Did we get to you, Mark, or?
Well, just my main thing is just to keep working on the business, keep building the business, and keep building it the way I want to build it. It's I'm going on the second year. Yeah, so this will finishing up the second year and heading into the third year, and I got to keep building it and keep that balance between work and life. Because the big reason I started the business was to have a better balance between working, doing something I enjoy doing, and also having a life outside of it. So that's been the objective. So in that direction, I just need to make sure I stay on that track and keep working with the right people. Keep that balance between working all the time or taking time off and relaxing. So that's the challenge. And of course,
that's the ultimate goal. Yeah.
Yeah, and keep money in the bank. Exactly. Yeah, that's the. And that's the beauty of it, man. Like, it's the beauty of the show and all the different characters, if you will, without insulting anybody, but all the different characters that come into the show. We've seen many guys that are part of this show succeed. There's been what I feel like is an overwhelming majority of them succeed, and success isn't a dollar amount as much as it is just a position in life, really, right?
Yeah.
It's
not about the money. It's about if you're doing something you enjoy doing, you want to do, and you're making whatever impact you want to make, and you can take care of the stuff that you need to take care of. $1 million. If you're making enough to take care of the stuff you need to take care of, and you're getting something out of it, and you're feeling like you're making an impact, that's all that matters.
It's all that
matters. Money is after the fact. If you do what you love, you follow. It may take a little while, but the money will be there.
Now, I have to add Coach in here from the chat. He says, from my understanding, Joe, you've already come a long way the past 5 years. And he also says success is a feeling. And it is, on your particular level. Now, a lot of people that are what I would call successful financially are struggling, man. But I look at them, I work with some of these guys that I feel like are very successful. And I try to remind them of why I think of them as very successful. Well, for one, like Mark, our dear friend Mark. Now, Mark's a grinder. He doesn't put it out there, but he's a grinder, man. That guy works his ass off, and he doesn't put it out there and tell you. But anybody that's married 20 plus years is a success to me, man. You've done whatever it takes to, and that's a lot of work. And you know, so some people don't look at a relationship that way, but it is. It's work.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. It's worth it though. But yeah, it doesn't come automatically.
No, it doesn't. Relationships are that way, right? Whether it be raising your kids or whether it be in a marriage or just any other long-term relationship with another person, period, no matter what it is, it's a lot of work. And it sometimes there's certain periods in there when you can point to and you're like, you know what, that was through work. That was a grind. You know, like that's.
Oh yeah.
We even got a that one. And it is.
Amen from the choir on that one.
Exactly. Yeah, it is, man.
Definitely a grind.
My hat's off to all the people. And of course, I'm a little more focused on the men in this group, but that make that work, you know, because it's a grind. It's tough, but it's not always dollars. It's sometimes on that level. Sometimes it's on the family level, and sometimes, you know, if all the bills is paid and you actually got a nice chunk in the bank, and if the car were to break down and the refrigerator goes down and you have a major plumbing leak in the house and all these things happen at one time, as they always seem to do, and you have a major health scare so you can't work for a while, all these things sort of happen and you can still handle them and everything stays level. That's successful, my friend. You're doing all right. You're doing all right. You know, you've managed your life to a point where you're pretty darn successful. You know, I have a dear friend of mine that all that happened. You know what I'm saying? And we reflected on that earlier today because, by God, that health scare creeped right out. Creeped right on up. And it was weird because it was exactly a year ago, and then find himself in the hospital again, just almost exactly a year later, going through that same junk.
Well, it's we. I mean, life is what life is, and the younger. Every day we live is one less day we have left on the earth. So we try to do what we can to make the most of it, and protect ourselves along with have as much fun as we can while still taking care of business along the way. That's the challenge.
Mr. in the chat says, having a torpedo. I agree. Motivated individuals make it no matter what. And it's kind of the bottom line, right? Yeah. That's kind of the bottom line. So just encouraging words for you, Tom. I feel like you might be at a point where you could almost go either way, but little words of encouragement, my friend. You will be there. You will be there. You got a support system. Whether we're physically there with you or not, man, we're here every week. You know what I'm saying? And my main thing is to support men like you, my friend. You know what I'm saying? And to just kind of help you refocus. Look, you helped me get through my tough times, like Coach says, man. Come a long way in the last 5 years, as far as me personally. And you were part of that. You were part of that helped me get through my tough times. And my job is to encourage all men to be better men, so that you can help the women that are around you as well. You know what I'm saying? If we can from cutting up and all that sort of thing, but when we have these moments like this, help us get refocused and be better men so that we can be better men for our families is a fantastic thing, man. It's just a fantastic thing. And dilly to everybody going into 2019.
Cheers to that.
Exactly, man. You know.
Oh, out of dilly.
Yeah. But don't worry, man. We all have these like lulls in our lives, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, that's just kind of part of it. That's just kind of part of it. Like you just have these. Sometimes it's just a whole couple year period in our lives when you just don't know. You're just like, I don't know, but you just don't get in the way. You know, you just don't get in the way, and sometimes you just kind of have to stay right here. You know, if you look at long-term graphs, sometimes whether it be a business or otherwise, you'll see those periods in the graph where they grew and they went right here, and they stayed right here for a while before they went back up. You know, and you could just be in one of those. Just keep yourself from doing this. Is all I'm saying. Just keep yourself from right. Keep yourself in that. And before you know it, you're going right back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Perseverance and persistence is the key in a lot of times. And if you know what you want to do, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Hey, we got Craig in the chat, man. Hey, salute to you, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Dilly to him right there, man. We haven't seen Craig in a while.
He's got another case of insomnia, Joe.
Exactly right. He's got a bad.
5 hours to it. I'm like, oh, Craig, come on, get some sleep, buddy.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Probably 2 or 3 in the morning over there, isn't it?
2:30.
Oh, I like that comment. Jay Vega jumped in and said, "Happy holidays to all you guys," and then he says, "Just kidding, you're awful."
We'll take that as a compliment.
Exactly. He says Joe D is faded. In order to talk like that, man, you gotta be faded, right? Like, there's no way.
We're awful enough to keep watching, that's for sure.
Exactly, yeah. So, with that note, though, real quick, I wanted to share something that I'm recently going through, and that's going into the new year, and you're looking at your environment and how you can change things. And Mark knows I've been talking to Mark about buying more audio gear. And
hey, don't blame me. Don't blame me.
No, I'm not blaming Mark. I am kind of a little bit, because Mark has a turntable, and I'm thinking about getting a turntable now. And so that led to what I'm about to show you. Let me tell you how my mind works. So, thinking about getting a turntable, right? No charge. And so I'm like, okay, where would I put this turntable, right? Starting to think about getting vinyl, getting into records again. So I'm like, where would I put? I ain't got the space. Oh, let's see. Right now I have my entertainment.
A new house for a turntable.
Yes, get a new house, because I need. Yeah. I didn't quite go that far yet. I said quite that far, but that's the picture. In any case, though, I do have my cabinet that I have my TV currently sitting on. And so I'm like, you know what? If I put that TV on the wall, then I would have room on the cabinet for the turntable. Makes sense, right? Okay. Before I can mount that TV on the wall, I kind of would like to paint that wall, because I would like it to be a different color and stand out and do all these other things. Okay, now I gotta look into getting a TV mount, right? I gotta get a TV mount that tilts and stands out and does all the stuff, right? So that led down that whole, can of worms. And so now I gotta paint. Now I have to get a darn TV mount for the wall. And I had to do all this YouTubing to figure out how to hide the wires in the wall and do all that stuff. And on top of the research for the damn turntable. Do you see how expensive this turntable just got?
Yeah, it's like a $3,000 turntable.
Yeah, so that leads me to this. So this, I went to my local Home Depot because, of course, I have to paint now. And I can't just paint the wall behind the TV. I got to paint the whole damn living space. You know? So now I've got projects. So, and I haven't painted in such a long time. I've painted the house, mind you, painted walls. I haven't done that in such a long time. When I went to my local Home Depot, they have these little samples you can buy for like $5. This is an 8-ounce sample of paint. So not only do you go down there and you get the little cards that have the different colors on them, or you can buy, but they have the sample booklets that you can pick up, and they have all the different colors and different examples of how they use those colors in a room and all that sort of thing. Once you get to some colors that you want, you can buy one of these, and these are like $4 to $5 depending on the brand of paint and the style of paint that you want. And I thought this was fantastic. And I haven't painted in so long, I didn't even know this was an option, but the lady that was down there really helped me out quite a bit.
Ooh, that looks like a slate blue or something.
It is. It is, yes.
That's a nice color. I think I just found the color to repaint my man cave.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Man cave, so.
Yeah. So this was a fantastic idea. I picked up some other sort of really super cheap temporary stuff, some one of those super cheap rollers and all that sort of thing, and rolled on some colors in different parts of my room. This was enough paint to get a really good idea. And I tell you, the color, I picked out 3 different colors. And the color that once I rolled it on the wall and then let that dry for a little bit, I did a double coat, because that's what this manufacturer of this paint, in the style of paint that I got from that manufacturer, was a 2-coat paint. So I did the 2 coats on just a small section of my wall, and got a really good idea now of what I want to do. And so for $15, I thought that was fantastic. Are you kidding me? I thought that was great that they sell these little samples. And so she says, the lady that made this paint for me, she told me, all you got to do now is take a picture of this label that's on the sample, or bring it back in, either way. And she says, I can exactly replicate that recipe and make the big gallon of paint for you. Yep. So just because I had no idea that they did this now. It's been probably at a minimum 10 years since I painted last. So I thought this was great.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you find the color you like. You say, here's the color. You let them know. They'll pick up, mix up a couple gallons or whatever, and go off for the races.
Yeah. You're all, so now you know exactly, because, now you took one of these samples, you painted some walls, and that, to me, that's important, because we all have different lighting at different times of the day and night in our homes. And so it was key, because that paint, the original color that I thought I would go with, I was like, ain't doing that one. You know what I'm saying? By the time I, saw it finished and dried and in different light, I was like, oof, that's just a little too much. And then the other one that I thought was going to be the lightest and not the one that I really liked ended up being the one I kind of like, So I thought I would share that with you guys.
So what color is it? Is it that color, or are you going to go with a different one?
A different one. Okay. I thought I would go with this one for my accent walls.
Okay.
But it turns out it's just a little too dark. It's darker than I would want for a really lit area. My house is mostly grays. You can't tell from this right now, all my walls and the whole house are this color, and it's actually gray. You can kind of tell right here because the trim here is perfectly white, but my walls are gray, but they look white. And so that's the problem. When the whole house is that light gray, it's a super light gray, but they look, until it's dark like this, they look white. You know what I'm saying? And that was my problem. I wanted a slightly darker shade of gray for all the main walls, so that you can tell it's gray, and have an accent wall here and there to kind of break up the monotony of all of that. And I already do have some wallpaper and all that sort of stuff on certain walls and all that. But I wanted, to kind of mix it up. And I've even had to order curtains, which is a whole nother beast. So it's been interesting, man. But really get, and once you're a single guy and you don't have that female reference, and all of this because of a damn turntable.
But just think how much you'll enjoy it.
Exactly right.
Plastic and listen to it in your newly painted room with curtains.
Exactly. With curtains.
You better hope he gets enjoyment out of it. He's going to be cursing the wall color.
Exactly. Oh my God.
I'm never going to go to the object show ever again.
Oh my God. Yeah. So going into the new year, I am going to have definitely different look. I've got my curtains already hung. And I will have newly painted, freshly painted walls. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely an improvement right off the bat. Bing! And I got to tell you, man, I didn't realize like how much paint has gone up over the years.
Expensive. Yeah.
It's pricey, man.
Yeah. It's $30 a gallon, probably.
I'm sorry?
$30 to $40 a gallon, probably.
Oh, yeah. No, you're spot on. Yep.
Yeah.
For a decent paint, a decent brand, and a decent coverage. Oh yeah, the one I'm looking at, almost $36 a gallon. Yep.
Wow.
There's cheaper. Trust me. You probably save $10 a gallon, but how much more paint are you going to use to cover those same walls? So it's like. And admittedly, because I'm a YouTube expert on painting right now, so don't touch me. But admittedly, some of the people that are, painting pros, also say that, man, the technology that goes into the different paints these days, I mean, the paints cover incredibly well these days. Like, far better than they ever used to, and I can definitely attest to that because I haul a lot of paint and I go to a lot of these places. I go to Glidden, I go to PPG, I deliver a lot of these places. So, and I have small, quick conversations with a lot of these cats that actually work there that would tell you in a heartbeat. They're not salesmen; they're a forklift driver. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you. They don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And they, So I have a general idea, what paint to get, what kind, and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's just so.
Yeah, like I told you, don't blame if you end up with as many records as Wes.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but even Jay Vega says vinyl is a sick addiction, Joe D. Tread lightly.
You're right, Jay Vega. It is.
So even a warning from the malt liquor community. For those that want to know, I am leaning towards a Rega P1 right now. That's the one I'm leaning towards. I don't like the fact that they have cords already connected that you kind of have to use. I don't like that. So it
doesn't have jacks, so the cord is already built in.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of weird.
I don't like that. And some people complain about
the cord length on that.
Yeah, not long enough. it's almost never going to be long enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd rather have just
have to be in a rack, and that's probably what it's designed for.
Hopefully that's not what she said, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's
No, your cord isn't long enough, Joe. I'm sorry.
exactly. Yeah. Hey, but my cord is gold plated though, baby. I got gold plated tips though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But when I make the connection, the connection is really solid there, baby. That's all I'm saying.
Joe got a wide cord, right?
Yeah, I got a wide cord. My signal is stout, baby. That's all I'm saying. It got a
noise cancellation.
Yeah, I ain't got. There's very little noise in my signal there. That's all I'm saying. Come on now, baby. Yeah, but I tell you, man, it's a can of worms. I am very scared to open, and I didn't even realize I was texting Mark earlier. I didn't even realize I already had how many albums I already had. I've got actually a nice little stack of albums. I didn't realize I had. I saw all my. I still have Laserdisc, folks. Hello, I have Laserdisc and I have a Laserdisc player. So with all this hype on vinyl, I was like, you know what? I should whip out my Laserdisc player. And so that's what inspired me to look for my Laserdisc. Once I found them all, and they were stored. You would think my beer was stored bad. Dear God, these things. Oh, poor Laserdisc. But in any case, I found in the Laserdisc, I found probably 10 different records. You know, so I was like, oh hell, I'm already on my way. You know, so nice little start, nice little amount of actually. Tejano music and a lot of classical in there. Weird mix, those two, but quite a bit of either one, and then some very old jazz. Very the classical records I have are very old. I wouldn't doubt if they're worth some money and that's the cool thing about vinyl is that if you already have some vinyl, you remember the story behind it. So I forgot I even had this vinyl. The minute I seen some of them, not all of them, but the minute I seen some of the pieces, especially those classical pieces, I was like, oh, so-and-so gave this to me and they're no longer with us anymore. And I remember some of the story behind it. You know what I'm saying? So there's this whole history of who held this vinyl before you and who played it before you. And it's just really cool, you know? That part of it's kind of cool with vinyl. Just researching YouTube videos and doing that sort of thing, I noticed that there's a lot of 20-something women getting into vinyl, which is interesting. That's very interesting in and of itself because there's not a lot of women throughout the history of hi-fi that have gotten into hi-fi, period. So to have early 20-something women getting into vinyl is very, very interesting to me.
It's almost the point in technology that we've gotten so far that people want to go back and see what was so great about the early beginnings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's that, and see, vinyl is another form of lossless quality music. It's that form of lossless quality that just has never gone away. Versus the digital lossless will always change. It'll always change. I admit that. I love digital. I love digital everything. But it always changes. You're constantly having to rebuy it or do something. Versus if you can just maintain the vinyl you have, it's always been the same. It's always been that same, depending on how it was printed and so forth. But quite a bit of it is it just stays the exact same quality, at least than it always was. You can kind of improve on that quality. If I'm not mistaken, Mark, you correct me. I'm just learning, but the stylus and so forth will help you improve that low quality of the recording of that vinyl in some cases. But it's still the charm of it. It's still the charm of it.
Yeah. It's not vinyl is not, like if you get a good digital recording, there's no noise or little pops or anything, but you're going to get that even on really clean vinyl. You're still going to have little things in there, but the sound it's different. It's a different sound. But I think a lot of it is just the physicality of it.
Yeah.
Being able to, having to go and put it on, put the tone arm on, lower it, hit the go button. When it sides over, you got to go up and flip it over again. Do that. I mean, you have to be more involved in the music a little more, which is nice. Yeah.
There's a little bit more of an art in the form, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more of a physical one, like you were saying. Yeah. It's an interesting thing because Mark is kind of all in on more of that physical sense of stuff that we're into, our common hobbies. He's more into vinyl and other vinyl, meaning film. He's more of that guy. What's interesting between me and Mark is that I am all in on digital. I couldn't be more all in on digital, but I'm a printing guy. As you can see behind me, Mark's not as much of a printing guy, which is hilarious because when you think about it, because he's more of a vinyl, more of a physical sort of media guy than I am. But at the end of the day, mm-hmm. I definitely, there's no question, I don't think he would ever.
Yeah.
I print like crazy. I love the print. I love it. I print and it's weird because I'll spend crazy money on prints and never put them up. I have stacks of prints. You wouldn't believe how many prints I have. Mm-hmm. I order print. What I love about the print is that unlike our standard digital image, I have it on my computer. I'll edit it on my computer. I have a 5K monitor here that's calibrated and all that stuff. And you're looking at that same image on your, 5-year-old Android phone, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way you're seeing that image the same way I am. With the print, you're always seeing that image. If you were here in this room, you would see that image right there over my thumb the same way I do. There's no difference. You're seeing it the same way. So, and that's what I love about it. And then there's still something very impressive. Like I had guests over my house last weekend, and when people come and see these large prints, they're always like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get too many wows on your iPhone. You know what I'm saying? But when you come in and you see this print that is like, 3 feet high and 2 feet wide, you're like, wow. Or even better than that, like some of the prints that Pat is fortunate enough to see his work in, almost billboard size. You're like, that's incredible, man. Mm-hmm. So there's still something very cool. So yeah, the actual physical part of it is fun. So you get to hold the album, and you're actually holding album art, real art, album art, and then you get to flip it over and look at the back side of it, and then you get to pull out the sleeve, and this is referring to vinyl. You get to pull out the sleeve, and there's sometimes, not in every case, but sometimes art on the sleeve, art on the back of the sleeve. There's different sleeves, so some of them, are made of different stuff. And then you get to pull out the actual record itself, and then you have the art on the label of the record and on the back side of the record, and there's different thicknesses of vinyl, different qualities of vinyl. It's a lot of fun. It can be another layer to your enjoyment.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's definitely a lot more work. I mean, it's not as easy as just hitting the button and streaming the file, but you have to be. Well, yeah, you're probably right. That's why I like film, and you have to be a little bit more deliberate. You've got to be just a little bit more involved in the process of getting whatever it is made, whether it's music or the photograph. So
it probably has a lot to do with the even the smells of the little slot it's in, and the the mechanics of grabbing it and moving the arm and all that.
Yep. The sounds as well, right? Like the whole exactly, like just the feel of picking up the tone arm and putting it on a certain point and lowering your stylus to the and that first contact of the stylus to your actual record, and how does that seat on there, and cleaning your record and getting it ready.
And then sitting here and listening to the music and watching your turntable spin and seeing the little ripples, and because no record is ever perfectly flat, so you see the little ripples on the edge of the turn, on the style, and you're like, how the hell does that make music? I mean, basically, at the end of the day, how does a spinning piece of plastic that's wobbling, how does it sound so good?
Yeah. So it's all part of the thing, right? And and that's that's what keeps it interesting. I recently signed up for a new streaming service, Tidal. Does anybody have Tidal?
I do not.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, you knew that.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious to see if anybody else does.
What do you think of it?
Mark, I can definitely tell a difference from my 16-bit lossless files.
Mm-hmm.
Even my 16-bit, I can absolutely tell the difference from my 24-bit files.
Okay.
With that said, though, you can definitely tell the difference from their hi-fi service, which is their lossless service. You can definitely tell the difference when you're streaming Tidal hi-fi to streaming anything else. With that said, though, I've been comparing really hard because just in my own test, I have concluded that Amazon's Prime Music is almost as high as you can get with a service that you're probably already paying for, and you might not know you have. Amazon Prime Music is that weird service that some people don't even know they have. Of the streaming services like Apple Music, I don't have Spotify, but just from reading reviews on Spotify Music, and checking out their specs, in my opinion, Prime Music is as high as you can get for what you're already paying for. Now you can get the Prime Unlimited music service. That's another different story. I'm not going to pay for extra what I already pay for. But with that said, the Tidal Hi-Fi, mind you, is just a step above it. Is it worth it? I don't know. What I do like is Mark knows, I've only been with it a couple days, maybe at best. But I've been streaming hard. I've been streaming like 8 hours a day, man. I've been listening to music, hardcore listening to music for probably 8 hours a day since I've had it. And I love some of their playlists that they put together. I love some of their recommendations. I love their video playlists they put together. And that hi-fi streaming service is on point. It is, man. It's
if you've got anything more than a basic system, invest a little more in your speakers and your amplifier. You'll notice a difference. But if you're just listening to them on earbuds, on your phone, you won't be able to tell a difference.
No.
But if you want to, if you're listening to it on a music system, there's a difference.
Well, with that said, though, in that just to take that even a step farther, if depending on your headphones, if you've got highly resolving headphones, you will hear.
Oh yeah,
you will definitely. But yeah, just like Apple earbuds, you won't hear a difference.
Right. Yeah. If you're typical just stock earbuds, not much. But yeah, if you've got, I would say if you're starting to spend north of $250 for your headphones, you're probably going to hear a difference. Probably.
Yeah. A couple $100 and above.
Yeah.
$400 to like $5,000 for headphones. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Please, you can. Yeah, through the roof for headphones. Yeah, if you really want. But it's so far so good with the service. I really dig it. As for my Amazon, my Echo Link, I'm probably still gonna keep it, but I'm having this love-hate with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a definite love-hate with that Echo Link, man. It's a pretty damn good DAC though. If it just standalone as its own DAC, it's not bad. As its own streamer, rather. Streamer / DAC, I think, is how it should be classified.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Like if you were to get the one that had the amp, let's say you have some speakers, you don't have anything else, you don't. And if you were to spend the $250 to get the one with the DAC, I mean with the amp, I'm sorry, 60 watts is what it has, continuous, I believe. You'd probably be pretty happy with it, you know.
Yeah, especially if you were going to listen to it like on in a bedroom or office system or that type of thing. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be better than streaming it from your phone, probably.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You can get more power. You can get a little bit better. You can get nice little bookshelf speakers. Little 8 or 10 inch high bookshelf speakers, and you've got enough power to drive them.
And hats off to Amazon, because I posted a negative review on it. They got back to me immediately. They were calling me. They called me twice. They emailed me once. They wanted my feedback. They wanted to know why I didn't like it. And it's, in fairness, it's gotten a lot of negative reviews. Amazon will work to correct it. It's not stuff. It's not physical. It's not the problems that everybody has with it aren't physical. So it's stuff that they can fix, and they'll tweak it. I am sure they will tweak it. It's a hell of a first effort, is what I'm saying, by Amazon. It's a hell of a first effort. There's nothing else like it right now on the market. I'll just say that as well. If they get, to me, in my opinion, a standalone app, if they get a standalone app where you can kind of really manage it better, have a little bit more control, but not have to dig through their current Alexa app, I think that'll. Yeah, you just shut up over there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do you hear her? Yeah, she's going crazy. But that'll make it better for sure, and I have no doubt they'll make it better, because they're pretty good at that. But
hey, Joe, you were speaking of Spotify. I actually have both Spotify and Amazon Music, and I've listened to songs back to back. And Amazon Music is so much more superior.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So much better. And I have gaming headphones, and it sounds way better. So I can imagine if you have high quality headphones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely sounds much better. I mean, if you usually listen to music, you understand to listen to all the sounds, and you understand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But it definitely sounds better, 100%.
I think you're right. I think the regular Amazon streaming is better than the regular Spotify streaming as far as quality.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just listening to it and not really paying attention, I mean, it sounds the same.
Right.
But if you actually pay attention, you can tell the differences.
Yeah, in music is a very personal thing. It involves, just like beer. Beer involves senses, so it's a very personal thing. I happen to love this Yeti, this Chai Yeti, by the way, Imperial Stout with spices added is the description. But it's a very personal thing. It's a very my opinion sort of thing. And so is music. Music involves the senses, that it involves touch to a small degree, certain actual physical feeling, and then it involves mostly hearing, right? And so it's a very subjective thing, but I think we can all agree that whatever your taste in music, we all at least like music. We all listen to music to certain things. So,
You forgot about the dancing, baby.
huh?
You forgot about the dancing.
Yeah, the dancing, exactly. Yeah.
The feet too.
Yeah. Now, I did notice that while I'm on with Tidal, that is, while I'm on the computer, they have another level. So they have this level that's very similar to what Apple does, which is almost like an automatic sort of situation. So I'm trying to pull up Tidal right now. Let me see, log in here. Let me see if I can log in real quick to kind of show you what I'm getting at here.
Now, does Jay-Z own majority of that? Does he own the whole company?
Yeah.
Oh, he owns the whole thing?
At least half owner of it, I think.
Yeah, something like that. He's a large stake. So here's my account on Tidal, right? And so you've got where's yeah, I don't see it right here. Where'd it go? Oh, maybe
the hi-fi, and then the other level is.
There was a stream here. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So you've got this. Oh, how did it switch to high all of a sudden? But in any case, there's this other master setting, which is equivalent to their like Apple does it, like automatic. They just put another word to it, master, which is basically they're the master deciding what quality you get, is my opinion of it. Otherwise, if you were to click hi-fi right now, it won't even let me click hi-fi, probably because I'm streaming this show right now. But I normally have mine on hi-fi, but they have that master setting, which to me is an automatic setting. So for those that are interested in Tidal, that's my little 2 cents on it. Hopefully that helps you with your decision if you want to try it or not. But I mixed it in with my Plex. And I got to tell you, man, I have never been one to even consider paying for Plex. But if you sign up for Tidal through Plex, then you're basically getting Plex Pass for free. So that makes it a nice in the audiophile community. That makes it a nice Roon competitor. You're not going to get all the features of Roon. It's not as detailed as Roon, but it's close enough where you're like, you know what, I'm good. It's not gonna sync up all your speakers and all the other things that Roon does. Roon does a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm kind of good with that. So, but it's definitely high quality. That is for sure. You can hear it, man.
Yeah.
And since it is kind of Jay-Z and Beyonce, there is tons of it on there. Now, Tidal also suffers from some of the things that Apple does and Spotify does. I don't know specifically about Spotify, but I'm sure it does. Amazon suffers from. All these companies have all their different agreements. So there's certain albums that are super popular you are not going to see on Tidal, and they don't exist on there. I've ran into that already. But the stuff that Tidal has that Apple don't have is pretty interesting as well.
Oh, did you notice a big difference between the two? Because I've never used Apple. So.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then when you mix in the quality, that goes a long way. To me, my one noticeable difference is the attention Tidal has put towards regions. So regions of the globe, you can it's almost like a genre on Tidal. You can specifically go to R&B, for instance, from the UK. So you can do only R&B from the UK, or you can do only classic rock from the UK, or you can do, so that's sort of, how do you say it? Specificity is what I like. I like that because I do like to hear R&B only from the UK. I do like to hear hip hop only from the UK. I do like to hear classic rock from Europe. You know what I'm saying? So those sorts of things I do appreciate about Tidal. And for a lot of things, they have those same sort of video playlist as well, which is a whole nother level. That's great. It's fun. With the video, you're not getting that lossless quality, though. The quality drops down a little bit. So that's one thing that sets, if you're into video playlist, that's one thing that's going to send YouTube up higher on your priority. YouTube has way higher quality. They're going to have 4K for you, and they're going to have almost lossless quality music with that as well. So it's interesting.
Yeah. I'm not real big into video for music, so I don't really do much with that. But
yeah, do yourself a favor and don't stay the way you are. Don't get into the video part of it. Every little level of this stuff is another animal. You know how it goes.
You got Laserdisc. I say fire up that Laserdisc.
I am. Oh my God, I'm dying to fire up the Laserdisc and see how that goes. You remember S-Video. So I have to figure out how to get my S-Video connection on my Laserdisc to HDMI, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you can get an S-Video to HDMI converter.
There's got to be a converter out there.
Yeah.
But
you'll have HDMI on it? Come on.
I know, right? But I actually have a decent Laserdisc player. It'll play video discs that are all the way. Hopefully I still have some. I still have some Laserdiscs to look through. There was some discs that were 3 inches.
Yeah, like little mini Laserdisc. Yep.
Yeah, and it'll play them all. So I'm hoping that I still have a 3-inch, or was it 3.5 inch disc. I would love if I had at least. I can remember having at least what is the equivalent of a 45. I remember having a Sade music video disc.
Okay.
And you know what's hilarious, Mark? Okay, and I'm gonna close the show with this, but I saw a guy playing, and I remember seeing these back in the day. McDonald's put out a vinyl album years ago, and they would do this occasionally. I don't remember if it was with a Happy Meal or how they would do it, but I do remember seeing them. They were square, but the record inside of it, and they were super thin, but the record was circle, but the vinyl part of it was square. And he showed it, and he played it and everything, and I was like, oh my God, I remember those.
Funny.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, I do barely. Pam says she remembers it for sure.
Yeah, McDonald's, I think they only did it, 2 or 3 times or something, but
I remember getting records off the back of like honeycombs and cereal box.
Yes.
Cut out the back of your cereal box and play your record. Yeah.
I would love to hear, like, off of a decent, quality table, I would love to hear what these things sound like. You know what I'm saying? Without worrying about damaging your stylus, but but it would be very interesting. This guy's so brave. He even off of a what do you call those projects nowadays? Those websites where they try to raise money, GoFundMe sort of thing. He bought a record player completely made of cardboard. Oh my God, the guy took one for the team on that deal. That was a pathetically sad turntable made of cardboard. And the packaging that it comes to you in, you're literally making the turntable out of. So if you're one of those idiots that ripped the box open, you just destroyed your record player. Or if UPS happened to step on it while they were sending it to you, you're screwed.
That must be an awkward call for customer service, right?
Exactly. You just destroyed my product. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Anyway, guys, we're out of here, man. I guess we'll do a New Year's show, or is everybody up for that?
Yeah, for at least a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to stick around with you for like hours or anything.
I'll tune in
for an hour or so.
So you're not going to stick around all the way to the end of the West Coast version? Forget about it?
I could leave you streaming in the background and you can watch it.
So I'm going to try for, the year before last when we literally jumped on for like 10, 15 minutes and we're out,
Yeah.
I think that was my intent last year, and then I think what did we get into like Central Time Zone, and that was it. I think we were on for good or something. But so that's the intention. That's the plan. You can't break a plan unless you have a plan. So.
Well, for you, so if are you gonna do midnight like in like UTC, like 0 UTC?
I'm gonna try for UTC because I think that's almost the middle of the day for me or something.
It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon for you.
Yeah. So I'll shoot for because UTC gives me like a 4 or 5 hour break.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do UTC, and then start with the East Coast, and then work my way back.
It would be like 5 o'clock your time. East Coast would be 10 o'clock your time, and then go back from there. You'd have to go to 1 o'clock your time to get the West Coast.
Yeah, I have to go past my New Year's too. Exactly. Yeah. And then Hawaii just always gets screwed. It's like, the kid that has their birthday on Christmas. Like they're screwed.
Yep.
They're just screwed. Yeah. It actually, like my granddaughter, my poor granddaughter, her birthday's 2 days after Christmas. It's just, people forget it's even your birthday, and dang, you know what I'm saying? Like they just get screwed.
Yeah.
It's a whole lifetime of just getting screwed. I mean, that's the way that works.
We'll look for I guess it'll be 7 o'clock for us, Tom. 7 o'clock for Joe to pop on to do the this night in London, basically. Yeah. That way we can kind of take care of Neri. Maybe Neri can pop.
Yeah. So hopefully he can. So I'll try to do my best to get those set up. And then that way, hopefully, Neri can jump on and we can see him again. And I'd like to see the guy. So I'm hoping that this year, 2019, is the day that we actually get to share one of his classic, because he is our across the pond Ron of the show. He's that guy that scores like these, 4 bottle cap beers for like less than $1 or some crap.
Yeah. European Rod. Yep.
Yeah, he's the European Rod. So we're out of here, guys.
Maybe he can start 2019 with some smoke.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. We haven't seen him on the show in months, huh?
Yeah, a long time. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's because like he actually has a family and a job and stuff. So.
Oh, come on, boo! Buzzkill.
Yeah,
Friday a lot.
He needs to prioritize. Yeah, he used to do the Friday show because that was like right when he got home from work.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and that was the intent of that show. Actually, was to catch those guys At their, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and literally was 5 o'clock for them. Yeah. I just had to do the show at like, I think it was 10 a.m. on my end, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was when I was still working graveyards, and I ain't working graveyard anymore. So
yeah. Still do the shows. You're driving around on a Friday.
Yeah. It's just got a whole different feel to it for some reason. I don't know. In any case, we'll see you guys. Peace out, man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Take it easy.
Laters.